Right, we are streaming. I've got it. We're streaming. Cool.
Hello.
Oh,
Yes. Everything's fine.
it's working again. Hurrah!
But brief recap, because I've done a little recap saying that you're trying to find the font of life here in the jungles of Gentia, as it's part of the pilgrimage to save the world, save your friend Roman, blah 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 blah. And the research you have done so far has kind of revealed that the way to find the font of life is it's a very well hidden location or entity or creature. You're not quite sure as the true origins or nature, but there are several shrines of sight, you have been told, that will reveal the location of it. And as you can see on the map, we've got a couple marked where they might be. And when you visit one of these, it will reveal another shrine of sight. And upon finding at least 5 of these in the jungle, it will give you a direct location of the jungle of... the font of life. So you know the location where 2 of these might be.
There's quite a few little caves and things around the map. And yeah, we've... and we also find one that may have been a potential... Well, we found a couple of potential hellholes, didn't we, as well?
Ah, yes, and...
we were going to try and inform Ella about.
Yeah, so that is on the world map. So you have found some potential locations that connect down to the Dwarven Deep Roads. And as you know, here in the plain of Thaera, the sphere of Thaera, planes is like a whole different thing, blah blah blah, is that the lower down you get, so the deeper underground you get, normally in other places you have things like the Underdark and stuff like that, but the closer down you get, the closer between the borders between reality blends, and the closer to the hells you get, so you know that's where primarily devils from the hells will find their way. It's the most easiest and effective way for them to get large amounts of devils into Thaera is through the bottom up. Similarly, the further east you go in Thaera, the closer there is a bleed to the Feywilds. The closer west you get, there is a closer bleed to the Shadowfell. And the closer to the sky, the closer you get to the Plain of Elysium where the gods reside.
And then you just go to the Divine Archipelago for a lift up there.
Yeah, so you do have 3 little marks kind of highlighting where some of these things will be. So I'm just going to ping them. It might not be super visible, but they're little skulls.
I see little devil skulls.
Little devil skulls, yeah. So you kind of have some general objectives. So you do have points of reference where you may want to go. There is also the voodoo village of Ipanui, where it is rumoured that people dabble in more darker sides of nature magic, whereas the dwarves here are very much about living harmoniously with nature and kind of using it to benefit each other. So whenever they do something, it's a symbiotic relationship, not parasitic. So they make sure that they give as much back to the jungle that they take from it, whereas from what you've heard, the cults in Ipanui, they are run by a group of people called the Sisters of Night, who pay worship to an entity known as the Dead Mother, and they very much dabble in the darker sides of nature and fully exploit it without giving back. It is a very much a malicious use of the nature.
Necromantic nature.
So, and you also know that that is a potential place to find some more of these blood hunters, a very, very rare breed of people here in Thaera. It is not as common as in places like Taldore or things like that, where they are commonplace. Well, not so much commonplace, but are a player class more essentially. But there are a few here in Thaera, and you were looking for those who had been afflicted with lycanthropy to try and help with Neve. And from Gara's bit of investigation down in the port of Zutor, you found that there were 2 people who kind of met that kind of description and kind of vibe. and they were rumoured to frequent Ipanui, the voodoo cults, and you can only assume that that's because they are probably going to be a lot more accepting and a lot more lenient on things like lycanthropy and those darker aspects than the reasonably orderous and harmonious lifestyles of the dwarves here. But we left
alternate solution for Neve.
Yes, so Neve currently has two solutions. She can either kind of go down the route of potentially having to give up some of her druidic powers in order to get some funky dwarf tattoos that will basically purge her blood of this horrible curse, or she could go and find out the blood hunters. But on that note, we had left it off as I believe you had picked up Roman from the library at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and
We had dragged them back.
and Neve, you've had to have a bit of a heart-to-heart with Neve because she was in a full-blown panic attack as she was reliving a lot of past trauma. So as we have done with the past couple sessions, we don't have a town map. It is theatre of the mind. It is descriptive roleplay that we are doing here. But you are back in the Sleeping Stone Tavern, and you are in your rooms that you've already got paid for. They're dressed up nicely. They're not in a dwarven style. These are very much catered towards people who would come from outside of the dwarven society. So they're dressed fit for medium-sized creatures, not stout dwarves.
Yeah, we don't have to duck to get through every doorway.
Exactly.
Oh, and there were a bunch of those Aegis guys here as well.
Yes, the Aegis, what seems to be a group of churches, have banded together in order to try and prepare themselves for the potential of a devil invasion from the Hells.
Good lads.
We had a lot. We found a lot of information as well.
You did a few legend laws and things like that. Most notably, one on Vershan, the infernal knight, who seems to be on his way into the jungle to find someone in particular. I wonder who.
Hey.
All the dreams to say bad times.
Honiel, that's who he's after.
Yeah.
Shit. I better leave.
But if you want, you can have a long rest, and we will pick up the scene at the beginning of a new day, so we can then start off without trying to desperately pick up the rope from where we dropped it like 3 weeks ago.
Good.
So everyone have a long rest if you've used any. I think some of you use some spell slots and things like that, so be sure to refresh them, refresh half your hit dice, refresh your hit points, any things that refresh on long rest or short rest. And people will wake up in the morning to hear a small rap at the door. Hello, guys. Dawn's Light, as you hear the familiar, well, not so familiar, he normally keeps himself quite distant, voice of William, the bard in training from the colleges, who has been shadowing you for this entire length of your journey in order to graduate by writing and specialising in epics. But his voice is at the door.
You got us some breakfast, lads.
No, I don't. Is it unlocked? No one's naked or anything, no?
Nah.
No.
Well, Honiel's not more naked than usual, is she?
Not.
Yeah, we are all naked here right now.
Right. Like I know. So
Come in,
he opens
please.
the door and he comes in, and he's wearing just a reasonably kind of loose set fit of kind of clothes, nothing fancy or dressed up or anything. He's got his like satchel over one shoulder, which he keeps all his different potions that help him stay invisible, help him understand different languages, all different things that a bard would need if they were writing down and chronicling an ongoing adventure. And you can hear them kind of rattle around in that satchel as he comes through, and he's got a book in his hand, and he's already got a quill out, and he's not writing in it currently, but he goes, I I might have potentially overstepped the line here, but we will admit that from the story completely. But it also might be kind of helpful. So, the Forge Lord, he holds open court a lot of the most days, and he was having one today, and I might have been able to blag for you guys to go speak to the Forge Lord. I mean, what kind of story would have you guys go through such a grand dwarven city and not at least have the presence of, being heroes and entering his throne room and beseeching any cause that he has?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm the only. We're the only ones who've been there. It's fucking cool, isn't it? Do you see the lava?
No, the throne room. You're thinking of the Forge.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I mean, I thought we weren't going to get ourselves involved in absolutely everybody's business.
Oh, no, but if you can do some kind of heroic gesture for the dwarves, then you already have them on side, and that makes your trip and also the starting leg of this length of your journey all the more grand. And think of it, how you can have that heroic return once you've found the font of life and done any tasks that you need for the dwarven people. They'll worship you as heroes, and that can only help your cause. The more people who know how heroic you are and how you're trying to save the very plane, the better, right? Right?
Thank you, William.
You're welcome. Also, I might have lied a little bit, and they're only heeding my call because they think I'm a fully fledged graduated bard, and if they find out that I'm an undergraduate and not actually fully fledged, they might not have listened, and I might get expelled. But that's fine.
We should probably...
Yeah.
neglect
So
to mention that.
just if he mentions it, just lean into it. Big smiles, thumbs up.
Okay, lads.
But I mean, I'm with Norman here. Is there anything else in it for us other than just being in the good?
Oh well, I know it was a bit of a point of contention, but Neve, if you are wanting to go down the route of dealing with some of these dwarves, you do have to become accepted into their community, so any community service from the Forge Lord could only be helpful, right?
And Neve thinks that is a great idea, don't you, Neve? Neve?
Sure, yeah.
Yes, good. William is right, though. We do need to get people on side.
Yes, people
need
to know who we are and why we are
camp.
fighting and what we are fighting for, so that they can eventually, be on side and help.
Oh, also, quick brief on some dwarven etiquette when approaching a Forge Lord. It's when you bow and enter in, you are to take both fists and push them together, almost like you're clasping your hands together, but with the knuckles of your fist in a kind of manner, and bow and then kneel until he addresses you to rise. That's only when you're approaching him, but that's a good way to start.
And how would one address a Forge Lord? Is it your eminence, your grace, your lordliness?
It flicks through some books. I've got this written down somewhere.
I'm sure that you do.
Yeah. Eminence.
Eminence, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's okay. That is good to know.
Or my
Eminence bow.
lord. Or my lord.
My
lord.
Yes.
Okay.
Is
Eminence
it my lord or my lord?
My lord.
Okay.
Yes, we're no peasants.
Does he speak common, or am I going to be talking to him?
No, he speaks common. Being of the age that he is, he's had time to learn a bunch of different languages.
Sound?
Hate to break it to you, you talking to nobles or revenants, that just doesn't go well.
Anyone in general.
I've been neglecting my duty to spread the word whilst here.
Okay. So we're going to meet with the Forge Lord. Okay.
Open court starts at 10. It finishes at 1. I'm not sure how many other people are there wishing to address him in open court, but if you turn up at any point during that, I'm sure that'll be good. Don't know if you want to be prompt or fashionably late. Your call. I've done my bit.
Well, we should get there in plenty of time. So that we
Yeah,
have
get on
chance
time.
to, see what other people are doing and things.
Do we intend to offer our services?
Well, I suppose it depends on what they need to have done.
We're going to be the jungles for a while.
We can talk about how we are going to Font of Life and find.
We can ask if they know any more about these seeing sites, if they have any actual proper written down records, not just hearsay and stories and fables. If they have like something like, this is a site, it is here.
You're a bit quiet there, Hamill.
I'm leaning backwards, that's why.
How dare you be comfortable?
If I lean forwards, is it better now?
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I'm not even kidding, all I did was lean forward.
Everything.
Oh god, so now
I'm
you're
not-
breathing.
I'm not allowed to be comfortable while playing.
No
D&D.
comfort.
Not for you.
And then hey, if he wants, services in exchange for that information, we can work something out. You talky people pointing to the bro sis combo.
Jaden will try and get in front of that point.
No, Jaden.
And Gara deftly points around him.
Yeah. Fingers somehow curl all the
Yeah.
way around somehow.
William continues
Give me a fucking chance.
to write
Let me
as you lot are talking, and he goes, right. I think I've interfered enough. I really shouldn't be interfering. I should just be watching. But nudge in the right direction always kind of helps. So I'm going to fuck off now, and you guys are gonna do hero stuff. And it's going to be great, and I'm going to pass, and I'm going to be one of the most well-credited bards of
Don't
Thaera.
forget you already are a well-noted bard.
Exactly.
Who definitely already graduated.
Exactly, 100%. William the Great!
Ah, this is
Yes,
so much.
be safe, William.
Goodbye. And he leaves and closes the door behind him.
Okay.
And he's definitely not just on the other side with an ear pressed up to it.
I don't even think he left. I think he just shut the door and then quickly the camera pans and he's just opened the door and let himself back in and is stood in a corner.
Who just had a piss?
It's me pouring a drink. I'll mute myself.
William. William exited. He's right.
Yeah, and just pees in the corner.
William, we can still hear you.
He's
My
like,
mic
stop
is
watching
really-
your show when you're watching.
My
No,
mic
what-
is weirdly sensitive when it wants to be.
Don't know what you're talking about. That puddle over there was always there.
Okay, so we go to meet Fort Lord. So I suppose we should get ourselves some breakfast and get ready to make yourselves presentable.
Yeah, indeed.
We will make sure all of your clothes are wrinkle-free.
So not
It
just
was a
saying
long night.
when we have to dress up for a lord or whatnot, it tends to go badly.
Has it been a long night, Roman? Has it?
So much as dressing up.
Yeah,
it is
has it?
Specifically
Really?
not dressing down. You want to make yourselves look presentable and respectable.
I don't know. It was such
I
a
suppose
peaceful
Jaden will do
night.
his best.
So, Neve,
Mm-hmm.
have you gone on any more thoughts of which path you are considering the most as to how to fix yourself? You want to get some cool tattoos?
I mean,
Or meet with the beings of edge and night.
I'm stood right here.
Oh fucking hell! He's
No.
come out the shadows.
You are still in the corner.
Gara, your sword of thirst thrums with a demonic energy.
I thought he stood in the middle of the room. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I mean, I keep going in circles around with it because I mean, in one way, it's kind of good to try and make amends in a way of helping the people, but it also just feels very awkward, you know, and
Awkward or hard?
yeah, all of that.
I understand. It is likely that the route of getting cool tattoos will be the harder route for you, but maybe it will be all the more worth it because you have worked harder.
I just worry that I'm thinking of the two different paths, and I don't want one just to disappear because we're going off to see what the other is, or whether I have to just jump in right now, and that's a terrifying thought.
Well, we still have time for you to think.
Yes, but not a lot of time, Roman. We do not have a lot of time.
Oh, it's plenty of time, and you can use your tree step to come back here, can't you?
No, not like that, Jaden.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't want Neve leaving.
It's like taken aback. Oh, that's yeah. I mean, we can sort of finalize whether I have to make the final decision before we leave here.
Well, I mean, maybe it is best that we do eventually go to see this subsect of blood hunters in Ipanui. It will just mean that we have to find them. Maybe if you talk to them, then you can make your final decision. But
Neither.
One of
Neither
the
of them
sites is in the one of the sites is in the impenetrable shade, which is roughly around the location Ipanui is supposed to be. So likely we'll come across either way.
If it's possible, I mean, she like tries to put her hands up, just like I don't know. I stress out about all of the options, but we should find out if this is a one and only time kind of thing.
Yes, we wouldn't like to close that option off to you. Especially if we can't find the answers we're looking for. Panel.
Well, anyway, we should start going to the thing.
yes, but also not brush over what we were just discussing, Neve. And you
That
cannot
is like
distract
go
us
down
so easily.
It was a good deflection.
Very good try.
Strong riposte from Honeyhill.
I don't think they're gonna let you get away with it, Neve.
No, she has specifically instructed me to be harsher.
Well, yeah, you weren't there for that conversation, you know.
No, I was in prison.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you were serving your time.
It's
Okay.
1,000 years for a crime, not enough.
Let us go and get some breakfast and get ourselves ready and awoken and
You would have had you could
ready
read.
to go.
I would have had a great time if I could have read any of that.
Oh, can I go next time, Roman?
No, you can't read, Jaden.
You cannot read the writing.
No, that's just full stop.
And you cannot read.
Oh, but I did the library job and I want to try.
Yes, but that is when it was written in common.
Yeah, we know, Jaden. We know, and I'm like pat him on the shoulder.
And I want to do some writing myself.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Oh, don't you have to be in the library to write, you know?
No, you can just get a pen and some paper.
Oh, hey, guess what? We have a whole book that is completely empty of any knowledge whatsoever that you can.
That's what I
You do
wanted.
have a nice new book.
That's what I wanted to do.
Specifically.
I wanted to write in it some stuff. Like, I wanted to write our adventures in Barovia. Because I bet he doesn't bloody know, does he? That's probably new to him.
No, though some of our tales have been told by
Madame Eva.
Yes. Madam Eva.
Well, if you could try and put some, you know, good old knowledge in the empty book that I needed stuff inside, that would be great.
Yeah.
It is a very nice book.
Did Jaden get you like an empty book?
No, I bought it.
What?
No, honey, she sent O'Neill to the shop to get a book.
A book
A book.
to give to the god that wants to have something with knowledge in it. And it's empty!
I really thought O'Neill
Because you are supposed to write the knowledge in.
I really thought O'Neill would have connected like
Then
two
it
and
will
two
be a
and
book of knowledge.
would have got a book that already had something in it.
Well,
O'Neill, I expect
Jaden's job now.
Yay!
I don't remember being a smart wizard. Nope, that is not me.
I'll give us the book.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think you're already drawn on the first page.
There's ice cream on it. Why is there ice cream on the book?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh yes, I took the boys for ice cream.
Oh, it was just nice.
That's cool. Why is it on the book?
Because I was
Because
like
it was
writing in
given
it.
to Jaden for a brief moment.
That's all it needed.
Now, I can't tell if this headache is real life or in the game.
Well, I'm gonna go eat some food.
Let us go and get some breakfast.
Yeah, so you can go down and get a nice kind of hearty, meaty breakfast, and that's already covered in the cost of your room that you've paid for.
And then I suppose we should head for the palace.
Yes.
Whatever constitutes a palace in this place.
It's a throne room, essentially.
Now, how suited and booted are we? Honey, we need
Well, O'Neill has made us some very nice cloth of gold outfit.
There are very nice clothes that people can wear. And everybody has their own outfit to look
Wait.
nice when we are going around the jungle.
Doesn't matter what we wear, we'll be completely out of place here, but it's fine.
Exactly, so we may as well look good and out of place.
We might start a new
Even brush
fashion
your
trend.
hair.
Off. Thought you wouldn't notice.
I can see those straggly hairs from 3 miles away.
She has eyes of a hawk. Well, fashionable hawk.
Okay. I think we're ready.
Okay, so you're going to head towards the throne room. So it's on the upper levels of Zudak, as it's kind of like a lot of it is open underneath the sun inside this little alcove of the kind of cliff face, and a lot of it is built into the cliff face, and you have to go through a lot of the actual underground cliffside bit to actually get towards the throne room, and it's got one of those very large symbolic doors that you would imagine only dwarves would build, and it's hugely made out of this blue wood. Like the wood is this deep navy blue, and you can see it's banded with different bolts of iron and steel, and has lots of different kind of delicate inlays of this steel kind of like cut and then pressed into the wood, depicting all different kinds of runes and symbols that are mainly there just as decorative, not actual language or anything. But it looks very tall and imposing and very regal, as a throne room door you would imagine to look like. And stood outside there are a few guards, wearing standard set of kind of like half plate with spears in hands, and you can see they got war picks at their sides and things. And as you are approaching, one of them will come forward to greet you, and in a reasonably deep voice will be like, "Good day. What business do you have with the throne room?"
Good day. We wish to speak with the Forge Lord. We hear that it is time for the open court.
Do you have an appointment? Have you applied to speak with the Forge Lord?
Yes. We have a bard friend of ours, William.
What is your name?
We are Dawn's Light.
And he kind of pulls out like a little stone slab and quickly looks down it and goes, yes, open courts only started a few minutes ago. Please, go through. And two of them will start to heft the very big doors open. Let me just drag everyone's tokens onto the map. And
Ooh.
as you enter in, you can already hear that the court is in session, and there seems to be there's a woman in quite a large set of very shining silver kind of plate mail that seems to have a few bits of gold and blue inlays on it, as there is a long white cloak that drips down from her back, and she is currently engaged in conversation, and it kind of echoes and reverberates around the room as a lot of onlookers stand and sit in the stalls watching the open court. And you can see at the very top, in the big throne chair carved out of a deep stone, is an old-looking dwarf with a lot of different tribalistic tattoos decorated about him, as well as different bits of leaf and flowers woven and braided into his beard. And he does look considerably old, but there is a deep kind of like ingrained, worn wrinkles in his face, and he has a very stern look. And although he looks old, he still looks very much capable and confident. Age has not addled his mind. You can easily see that from his eyes. But you can hear the conversation echoing as you enter in, as the woman seems to be quite irate about something as she continues to prattle on, and you can feel free to move around as they are conversing. But she continues to say, "Look, I beseech you, my Lord Gungreb, but the enemies of the plains are on our doorsteps as we speak. The devils will come through, and they will be at our heels. They will be coming for the heads of each nations. All I do is beseech that you would at least lend us some aid in materials, that we might be able to better prepare ourselves. In the past, we have had more nations than this. Vethor no longer exists, and without their air military, we will surely fall to the flying menace of the devils as they come to us, to our very homes. All I ask is that some of the hewstone that the jungle is abundant with can be used better and supplied so we can rebuild an air navy. Please, will you consider the risks that we are all faced with? Look, Sir Gwillem, I am bereft with enough dealings and troubles for my people as it is. Now, what I do not need is more nations coming in here asking day after day to mine and strip the bounties of our lands for resources. Look, as soon as we allow one people to come in and start mining the hewstone, everyone will be asking for it. The jungle is already in enough turmoil as it is. With the cults of Ipanui at our heels, we cannot risk having more turmoil amongst nature. I cannot accept your request. My Forge Lord, I please beg of you to consider the greater picture here. I have made my decision, Sir Gwillem. Now, you have my answer. Please, leave my court. And the woman turns quite angrily, and she lets out a large huff as she storms out.
Oh no.
Regain.
Talk about cult of Ipanoi? Cultists of Ipanoi?
Yes.
And you can hear people are kind of like whispering in the crowds amongst themselves. The guards are kind of stood there, just passively watching, doing guard business. And you can see that the Forge Lord just kind of bring a hand to his head, and he rubs the bridge of his nose between the thumb and forefinger.
What does she mean by like air warriors or something?
Navy.
Navy, yeah.
So.
It's something I used to use. Doesn't sound like it's no longer a thing.
The special
Floating
stone?
rocks. What would those be?
Potentially.
I mean, I don't know how much knowledge we have of things like airships and shit like that, Rob.
Okay, so roll history. So Norman and Gara and Neve.
Somehow I saw them from a distance.
Yeah, you remember you have only seen one airship in your entire time here in Thaera, and that was when you were returning to the Jewel of Karl from the Lost City. You saw a very large warship floating in the air, and it was carried by these big rocks that seem to be attached, where you would normally see, if you imagine like a zeppelin or something like that, instead of a big balloon, there were big rocks attached to different areas that seemed to be supporting this thing in the air. You've only seen that one airship, and it looked pretty old in condition. You have heard people refer to a substance known as Hewstone, which is a magical floating rock.
Oh yeah, we've seen them.
But that is genuinely all the information you have ever got on airships here in Thaera. I mean, you could spend a point of inspiration to say, actually, I read a book about something in Thaera at one point. That is one of the uses for your inspiration.
I don't think we were. Maybe. I mean, how much have we even got?
Inspiration, let's look in the miscellaneous handouts. Inspiration, you have none. You have no points of inspiration.
We did then.
No, for Neve's roleplay last session, I'm going to give you guys 1 point.
Are we spending it, or should we just ask about it?
No, we could. I mean, we could just spend it right now, and Eve could know more.
I mean, personally, not that invested in the idea at the moment.
Yeah, but I'm not really that bothered, so...
Cool.
Out of character, I think it's super interesting, but Neve, right now, not that invested.
Things must happen.
So as the kind of crowd kind of dies down, and the Forge Lord kind of regains his posture after he looks a little bit troubled by the quite heated conversation that's just happened. He regains his posture, kind of strokes his beard and kind of hand grooms it ever so slightly, and goes, "Right, is anyone else here for open court? I am receiving requests. Answering, please."
Yeah, Roman looks around at the other people in the court, see if any of them.
No, they all look like different onlookers who are here simply to observe open court, as they probably see some of the more prestigious heads of houses and things like that here in Zudak.
Gara
know.
pushes Roman
Remember
and
the
Othniel
thing.
forward.
Remember the
Yes.
fist and the things.
Yes. We should approach. Yeah. So we'll approach, and then clasp our fists together and bow and wait.
Yeah.
Kneel and bow and wait.
Is very respectful there. Even though you are clearly foreigners, you know your culture well and you pay me due respect. Please rise and approach as you see fit. If you are unfamiliar, my name is Forge Lord Gungreb. Now,
As we will rise.
Roman stands and steps forward.
who might you be? Foreigners in my court? Please tell me you're not here to ask for more materials from the jungle.
No, we are not. We are Dawn's Light. You may have heard of us. I don't know if
One of
word has
the
spread this far.
one of the guards moves over and whispers into his ear slightly, and then moves back and goes, "Ah, yes, heroes, I hear. Defeaters of the great Caribashol at the Freeport. Liberators of the Jewel of Carl from insurrection. Yes, battle of supposed devils in our lands. Now, I'm not sure how much the bards have embellished your tales, but it intrigues me enough. Now, what might heroes be doing in my court? It's been many an age since we've had heroes strolling these lands."
Well, we come with requests for knowledge and to bear ill tidings, Your Grace, Your Eminence.
You wish to bear ill tidings?
No, we come bearing ill tidings.
Oh, I understand. Start with the ill tidings and then state your request of knowledge, and I will see how accommodating our people can be.
Though I know not of the plight of resources and Hewstone.
He shakes his head at the mention of it.
I'm afraid that your previous visitor was correct. The forces of the Great Corruptor are once more plaguing these lands. They find ways into Thaera.
What evidence do you have of this? I hear rumors here and there of devils are coming, but I have heard no reports of armies. I have seen no slight upon my lands from these infernals.
No,
Now.
just yet.
Not yet.
Though, when they come will be soon. Do you not hear of the troubles in Carl with the beasts and devils in the desert? And of a so-called infernal knight traveling the lands of Vidom, challenging and slaying heroes as he goes.
And there's kind of like a whisper amongst the crowds listening as you're kind of bringing this up. And he seems to be kind of a bit more receptive to the whole audience's kind of opinions and kind of mutterings. And he kind of leans forward in his chair a bit more. Be that so. Our people historically have given great sacrifice in fighting these devils. Now tell me, why should we sacrifice yet again?
Well, they affect you as much as they affect anyone else, and they wish to take over this entire land. And we seek ways to thwart it, but we need to find the font of life.
I will consider your accusation about devils plaguing the lands, but as far as actual action being taken, I am afraid I will need a lot more solid evidence before I commit anything of our home to any potential threat.
Of course, we would be willing to do great service to your people to ensure your aid in dealing with this threat to the land.
What can Dawn's Light do for you, Your Eminence?
Well, if you're wishing to prove your worth and broker good favor with our people, then there is perhaps some things you could do for us. But first you mentioned the font of life. Curious, not many people pay respects to the old traditions of the jungle, yet you come bearing its name as if you are familiar with it like a long-lost cousin. Speak, what is it you would have with the font of life, and I will see what information I can have that may be of service to you.
Though we are wayfarers alien to this land, we have found a home here. And through the teachings of Marine, I have taken a pilgrimage.
Maronites, yes. A noble faith. I have heard nothing but praise for the meek and meager forces of the Marine Church. You do good efforts at containing and helping those in need. Go on.
We believe the pilgrimage that Marine once took ages past was the key to defeating Verkal and his forces.
Yes, stories do tell of how she rose to great power and was a pivotal sword in the army and sheath of Thaera's weaponry. Yes. And you believe she travelled to the font of life?
We do.
Yes.
He strokes his beard and cocks his head in a ponder once more. Well, the font of life, seemingly dormant. It sleeps, but its effects, its ripples, still bleed from the very jungle itself. It is said, in ancient scripts, that the very first life beings, and the very first saplings, the very first insects and creatures that rose in Thaera were dreamt up by the font's powers. The whispered, many ruins lie in the jungle. But what can be said is we know very little about their presence. But they seem to have an affinity for the font. A lot of their structures seem to have depictions and effigies to whatever this is. Shrines of sight, I hear.
Yes, that's what we've learned.
My advice to you is, if you were to wish to seek out the font of life, you would seek out the whispered ruins. Now, there are ruins deep in the jungle, closer to the shore, the largest of which, on the Grumfbar Peninsula. It is the Lost Whispered City, a labyrinthian-style place that many architects have not returned from. But if you are adamant enough to wish to try and brave this and follow in the steps of Marine, I think of no better place to start than there.
That could work.
And as goes as aiding your people, what would you have us do?
Surely, by now you have heard of the dark tidings. The neighbors we share in the jungle have grown more restless and more hungry for power and subjugation. The cults in Ipanui do great horrors and atrocities in the name of their dead mother. What we thought may merely be a creature of the Fey origins of power could well indeed be a goddess in her own right. As she rises to prominence, their cults grow more ambitious with their claims and power. I recently sent 2 of my diplomats to treat with the cults in Ipanui, but they have not returned. I wish to see that my diplomats are returned safely, or for the threat of these cultists, the Sisters of Night, to be quashed. The jungle then may rest peacefully, and maybe the wildlife and nature will finally subside and return to its lazing state. The jungles are not a safe place to traverse at the moment. The plants, they grow angry with the cultists. With their rituals, they lash out and do not differentiate between a ne'er-do-well and a true follower of harmony.
Be best to take care in the jungle.
If you can...
What is known of this dead mother? Forgive me, Your Eminence.
The dead mother,
No, no.
she is a figure that they pay reverence to. A lot of people undergo rites and rituals. He kind of closes his eyes and kind of shakes his head in a kind of grimace, slight unease, unsettlement in him. They have a different culture to ours. Not to say that we should squander different cultures, but there are some practices that we cannot abide or tolerate. They view undeath as a second stage of life. They parade around their villages, with the dead still walking as if they were merely a no longer departed version of their mother, but a different form, the second step of their journey. The Night Mother, she raises a lot of their dead, and they treat them as equal citizens. It is a horrid, fetid taint that pervades through the jungle, and you can see it in the plants. The more of these undead abominations that are allowed to walk and be given a second set of life, as they call it, the more this corruption bleeds into the jungle. It is through the dead mother that they are able to do this.
You would have us travel to this land, learn of it, and rescue your diplomats if we can.
Rescue my diplomats, or bring news of what happened to their fate. To be honest, it is rather naive of us to think that they have made it out with a lot of themselves in one piece, or as they once were. Blood magic is not outside of their capabilities.
I see.
What I would really ask of you is to make sure that the threat of this dead mother no longer poses a threat to the very balance of the jungle.
They must only be a problem, especially with the great corruptor and his forces coming back. Ill tidings in. Well, we will do this service.
We will go to Ipanui. Is there a way that you know to get there, or will we have to find it when we are in the general area? We have knowledge of the area it is supposed to be, but it's not exact knowledge on its location.
He will give you a exact location, as it has been hidden in plain sight this entire time. If you actually look really closely here, you can see there's like a little small hut icon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little tiny hut.
Yeah, that is where Ipanui is.
Nice.
Hidden in plain sight. But we will move you back to the throne room.
It also given Gara a bit of an awkward look when they were just like, blood hunters only bad. I'm like,
Blood magic, dark magic, undeath, chromancy.
Lady.
Well, as we all know, I am clearly the one specced out for destroying undead.
Yeah,
And I am the one who does that. No one else.
no one else. I don't know what you're talking about, Gara. That's not your job.
Yeah, no, it's not a thing called Order of the Ghosts.
Aren't you like a host hunter or something?
Yeah.
Toast hunter.
Toast hunter.
I
The
do
toast
love
hunter,
it.
yeah.
I do love me some toast. Now I'm hungry. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Yeah, sorry. Back in the room.
Yeah.
But do this for me, and that will be one less issue of internal politics that we have to deal with. Maybe then we can reconsider options and stances within the world plan. But for now, any talk of dealing with devils is off the table. Until we have proof that they bear a threat to our people, we will not sacrifice like our ancestors did.
That is understandable, but I must warn you that there is one of the generals that is in or coming to the jungle as we speak. So it is merely just a warning of be prepared just in case.
Now, what interest would a general of devils have with the jungle of Gentia?
It seems they are looking for something.
For what?
Camille, gestures
Yes.
for Roman.
Roman's awkwardly like, oh.
Does Roman just
It's
slowly
just
fade?
the same general guy Jaden steps forward that challenges people. They get stronger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also that. My lord. He might be challenging your strongest guys and, making himself stronger.
Yes, this fiend goes by the name of Fershan, and he seeks the mightiest warriors in the land to slay and gain their powers.
Look, our people are quiet, peaceful, and calm. We do not have the hubris of Fedorm. We do not boast great warriors, knights, and gallantry. We know better than, even if this supposed threat were to come to our doorstep, than to play into his hands.
It was merely just a warning of if he turns
And
up,
your
then-
supposed warning is noted. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm clearly not buying into kind of like he seems to be on board with general kind of premise of there could be a potential demonic devil threat on the horizon, but all this stuff about and then there's this big bad guy. He's coming over here. He's like, sure, whatever. I have no proof of this.
He has other things to worry about, and he'd need to see it with his own eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Roman leans in and whispers to Honiel, "Do we have anything else to discuss?"
Jaden also moves in. Anything about we need to ask about the forge or just any little questions?
I would rather not plague the king with little questions.
I don't think there is anything major that needs to be discussed.
Yeah, Roman nods and turns back to the king, so he's not being impolite for too long.
He's kind of taking a more lax, laid-back sit in his chair. He's kind of slouching down. He's got his head resting in one of his hands.
I believe that's all that we need to discuss today, Your Eminence. Thank you very much for your time. And Roman will clasp his hands together again and bow low as a sign of respect.
Yeah, Jaden will do the same.
Well, I thank you for your audience, then, Dawn's Light. It has been interesting.
We hope to bring you good tidings soon from our journey to Ipanui.
Yes. Come.
Let us go.
You are dismissed. And as you are dismissed, there are more mutterings amongst the crowd.
I was stood still and for so long, I hardly fidget, Do you see it? See me, Honiel?
I'm sorry, I did not see. I was a little busy.
I did really well.
Good. That is good
Good
to
for you,
know,
Jaden.
Jaden.
And we'll go back to Izzy's
Well
map.
done. You stayed still like an 8-year-old. Be proud.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there was so
Oh,
much.
that
There was
shadow's
so much
talking.
authority and like pressure in the room that Jaden couldn't even move.
Yeah.
But what we'll do is we'll mark up another potential location of a Shrine of Sight all the way down here on Grumfbar Peninsula.
That's so far away.
Oh yeah, that was where he said to start.
Yeah.
Although we also. Now the question is, what first?
Ipanui?
I guess we leave the
I say Ipanui is more
throne room.
important because it will also give Neve the opportunity to speak to the blood hunters that may be there.
Aye. There's
And
not to
I
be
think
gained from going
that
to
is the
Ipanui
most
first.
important thing right now.
And we do believe there to be a shrine of sight in the impenetrable shade anyway.
Yes, and then we can
Yep.
go and do that after we go to Ipanui.
Then do whatever we need to do in Ipanui.
Yes.
Yeah.
I shouldn't like to leave it for too long.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start making a move soon.
Now, what else can we learn from priests who you spoke to, Nick?
About what?
You know about what?
Your condition.
Oh, now you ask.
Yeah, sorry, my mind has been on a million things, Neve.
Yeah.
And it's not as large as yours. I can't focus on so easily.
Well, essentially, there's a long list of ways to respect the Dwarven way and how they interact with the land around them, and getting respect of potentially the king, and also things about my connection with my family or chosen family, and then there's an element of giving up my connection to the land in order to appreciate it more, to rebalance things. It would just mean
Sacrifice your power.
Yeah. You see my hesitance, right? Considering
Yes.
all the trouble that we get ourselves into.
Well, even without your ability to cast magic and change shapes, it would hardly be useless. You're a great mind, Neve.
Yeah.
You have much
Um,
wisdom to offer.
Yeah, you're like 10 times wiser than me, you know, and like.
Well, that's a given, Jaden. Everyone's at least 10 times wiser than you, boy.
Oh,
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence. Low bar, but thanks. Yeah, I got a lot of hang-ups, so like it's hard to explain. I mean, I talked to O'Neill about some stuff.
Well, considering what we have lying ahead of us, I can understand your hesitance. That you wouldn't want to lose such great power.
Yeah.
It would be difficult for any of us to accept such a request.
It's also the kind of thing I'm feeling like trying to make amends for past things, but I don't know the best way to go about it.
It really does depend on what you are making amends for.
Wow.
As to how you would go about it.
Yeah. I think we should find out from him, but like, you know, if I have to make a decision now, or if it can wait till after we
Shall we visit them before we make our way out of Zudak? Because we
I
will
think
need
so.
to start to travel soon, so perhaps we can discuss with them.
Yeah,
For
might as
you.
well like try and see what's what, like what are the options and
We do
stuff
not
like
want
that.
your hand to be forced so soon without you being able to be given the second option.
let's do it before I change my mind. Let's go talk to them.
Let's go. Let's go find them.
Accept whatever you choose. I think it would be best for me to try and advise you. I understand myself well enough to know that I'm quite biased.
Wait, were you saying that it would be best for you?
What?
Yeah, well,
I didn't quite follow that. What are you saying, Roman?
It would be best if I don't attempt to advise you.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Neve, whatever you do, don't come back with monster eyes.
Don't say that, Gara. You know what's going to happen now.
Yeah, you know what
Only
happened
thing-
last
Well
time?
done, Gara.
Only thing I
Gave
am.
her
Oh, she's gonna
monster
come
eyes.
back with like more monster eyes than Roman now.
No, I want to see.
Now she's
right,
going to have at
if
least
she's
3
better
eyes.
if she's better than Roman and doesn't come back with monster eyes.
Yeah, Neve's getting magical dark vision too. Yeah.
I mean, they're already a bit yellow, but you know, no, definitely not.
Yeah, she's got like more of a lupine
Yeah, they're definitely more yellowy.
look in her eyes.
Yeah.
She's got that crazy yellow look in her eyes.
Yeah, we got weird eye buddies.
Do her eyes reflect light now?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I see why.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you shine a light on her at night, then you can definitely see that she's weird.
Yeah. And she's, weird.
And then her eyes reflect.
And then she hisses and runs into a bush. Bark.
Right. Let's go.
Let's go visit these priests.
Is it? Was it Fultus?
Elran
No,
is the god of nature.
Is the water.
Yeah,
Fault of his water.
the father of the gods, water.
Good old wet shrines.
So are you heading to the mother tree?
Yeah,
Okay. So
maybe Neve won't disappear through it this time.
yeah, so the same site as you've seen the past few times. The very large tree in the center of the city, and it's surrounded by the small ring of water that seems to be going around it, coming from the waterfall that's in the middle of the alcove and everything, and then leading out. And it's got the bridge that seems to be made out of twisted trunks that seems to grow out in an arch, forming a bridge over onto the small island, or the reasonably large island for the base of this tree, where the shrine is set up. And you can see there's only one priest attending the shrine at the moment. And he doesn't notice you when you're approaching. He's busy doing other things. He's tending some plants and flowers around the shrine.
I'm glad it's such relaxing music entering this place.
Yeah.
Very relaxing.
Got the tension.
So
So spooky and sinister in this city. Is it really misty at the minute?
No. It's all fine and dandy. Neve's just being a drama queen.
yeah, this is just the music that's going on in her brain. So I approach with the others, and I look sort of sheepishly at them.
It's you lass. Are you okay? You had a bit of a grand exit last time.
Yeah. Safe to say, no, not okay, but working on it, trying to. So, very awkward conversation, but and put a lot of thought into it. But also it's like big decisions all at once. Is there any possibility of this path being open to me a little later down the line as I gather all my options?
What do you mean? Your options are either try and fix it or just let it take control of you.
There's different ways to fix it. It's just trying to find the right path.
Look, whatever other options you're considering, they ain't gonna be good. It's gonna be darker, more sinister ways, and you're gonna have to really consider what kind of entities you're gonna have to seek out to try and remove a god's curse from your blood.
Yes.
Look, I ain't doing this out of any kind of ulterior motive or kind of maliciousness, but what you've got is a very serious condition, and you should be very careful about turning down this offer. Look, I ain't gonna turn you away if you come back at a later date, but it might be harder. Like, that animal raging in your blood might not want to go even more.
Is what I was afraid of.
I understand that.
I'm sorry, miss, but I'm just not really understanding your hesitation. You've got your solution ready for you.
It's trying to do it in the I don't want to
Doesn't
say
want to
right.
lose a big part of her, like, you know, not that wolf bit, the other bit, like her powers.
This does come with great sacrifice.
I mean, it's
Nothing worth doing comes easy.
no, it never does.
That is true.
I understand that. It's I don't know. I find it hard to find the right kinds of words to explain with you.
I don't believe that she will want her hand to be forced if there is another way that we can explore option of before we choose. You know?
Look, I think you're looking for. You want there to be reasons not to do it, as opposed to thinking there are reasons.
That is also fair.
You're trying to find an excuse because you want there to be one.
Yes, I don't believe I'm fully aware of what is exactly being asked of me.
Being asked from me is the on this path.
What would you need to do in order to receive the gift?
Could you explain the process so that our friends are aware of what was discussed earlier?
So, the way I see it, right, let me find the scripture again, as he goes back and he looks through some notes.
He checked the script.
Yeah, let me check the script. Right.
Fine.
Herthal was the god, the betrayer of the Somnum Conclave. He betrayed Elrond, the god of nature, and he ended up becoming his own god that bestowed this curse that he shared with everyone else that he could come in contact with. Another member of the Somnum Conclave was a dwarf named Horok, and he fought against Herfal whilst he was still on this plane, and Elran had already ascended, but unfortunately had befallen Herfal's curse. So what he had to do was, he was one of the first people and the actual origins of this tradition of us tattooing our skin. Now, if she wishes to be able to try and undergo the same tattoos and rituals that Horok did to purge his blood, she would have to first sever her connection with the druidic powers that she apparently is very keen on. But for her to get rid of that, she needs to cut herself out from all external sources, other things that may tamper with this curse. So that does mean losing connection with nature for as long as this process will take, which I cannot say is neither here nor there. I honestly don't know. But she will have to give up her druidic powers. She will have to first be accepted in as a member of the dwarven community so that she can be given these tattoos, and then she'll have to go out and she will have to get every single ingredient and pigment for the tattoo herself. With your help, of course. Like, we won't deny her the help of friends and family.
Okay.
But she'll have to do that without outside forces affecting her. It needs to come from within, not her taking power from other places to do it for her, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Yes. More than you know.
And it sounds like the lass here is very attached to her connection with nature, and I understand that. I'd feel the same, but I'd much rather not have this horrible thing that could hurt my friends, my loved ones, people I don't even know, without me having control. I would hate to lose control more than I would hate to lose connection with some power that would then come back to me eventually.
I'm not sure you quite understand Neve's position.
Please enlighten me.
As much as I do, I understand what you're saying, and to an extent I do agree. We have great trials and tribulations ahead, and Neve fears that losing her powers would render her inert and unable to help.
Look, I don't mean no offence, but if you only see yourself as much use as based on what's magical gifts you have, that's a pretty low opinion of yourself, isn't it?
She looks a little crushed with that statement.
Oh,
God, he's worse than me.
Look, this is not coming from a place for me being mean. I am genuinely doing my best to, as a follower of the god of nature, to give my guidance where I can.
Sure, we understand your wisdom, but your words are blunt and cruel.
But surely you as your friends, you can tell her that she's more than just a druid, right?
We know that she's more than just a druid.
We have told her this much. This sacrifice just comes with great... Well, this cure comes with great cost.
And then he looks at Neve and he goes, "Do you not trust your friends when they tell you something?"
It's difficult.
He kind of shakes his head in a resigned way because he can feel that he's not getting through to her.
Like you know, everyone here has powers of some sort, and you know, that's just part of Neve. You know, I get you, Neve.
Everybody can understand where Neve is coming from, but I feel like I must agree with the priest, Neve.
No, I don't.
I do not care. I agree with them.
Oh shit, it's civil war happening again.
I feel like going to the place where we are going to look for another solution, it could just be that we are trying to look for an easier way when there is a way right in front of us, Neve.
Surely not. There should be other ways. Like,
Yes,
Like,
but this is the way that we have been given, and it is difficult. It will not be easy, but nothing that is worth doing is going to be easy to do.
no, like there's plenty of ways to like. For example, there's plenty of ways to bake a cake. You're not just gonna stick to one. You go out and you talk to people and get different recipes. It's like this. Like we need to look for like different ways.
I
It's not the same
understand you want to make a nice analogy, but a god's curse is far more
not a
complex and not a cake.
And I understand that for sure. It's
Some things can only be fixed in one way. There will be no path of least resistance here. We either choose.
Surely we can make one.
I don't think so.
no,
not-
We cannot always get the way
As powerful as
that
we
we
are,
want.
we cannot go against a curse from a god.
Just
As people are saying curse from a god, the back of your neck burns a bit, Jaden.
that's not only that. It's a curse that's been following me for a long time before Barovia. Yes.
Aye, that
Yes,
is
but-
true. It seemed to awaken once we came to this land.
Yes, it has only been getting stronger, and perhaps starting this journey could help to start alleviating some of these issues and weakening this curse. Even though it will be difficult.
I only wish that we had attempted to do this sooner. I would sooner have gone to the Shimmerwinds for you.
Gar, you've been real quiet about this. I feel like you might know a bit more where I'm coming from.
I get where you're coming from, Neve, but the choice is yours, and I'll help whichever way you want. But I can't make the decision for you.
No, is it worth into the Blood Hunter, the others?
Seems a much darker path, and we.
I thought I knew what it would be like, but from the way it's been described, they don't seem like the same.
Sounds like
How do we know?
dark druids.
Till we meet them.
Because the Forge King literally described them, and they're not at all like what I do.
Yes, it seems like a very different sort of cult than the one Garar is from.
Not a cult.
She almost slipped it by.
I feel like us going to Ipanui to find another way will only lead to perhaps there will be another way, but it is not going to be a good one. And
Could
that's
just waste time and lead to more indecision.
exactly.
But should you take this sacrifice upon yourself, Neve, then we will protect you.
With my life.
It's not the protecting me that I'm worried about.
Is that do you feel like you will not be able to protect us?
Or make mistakes.
Everybody makes mistakes. Look at Jaden.
Saw that coming a mile.
Roman quietly appreciates not being about him. Look at Roman.
I feel like the path is in front of you, and there is only a maybe path that is off to another side, and you just have to take the first steps onto the path that you know.
Know that we will take every step with you, hand in hand.
Okay. still feel like there will be things to fix later down the line. And I don't know how to do that really, or if I could. But for this, I guess I can. What do I need to do? Is that I turn around to the priest?
Well, you'll first need to, before we can even start it, is be accepted into the dwarven community by doing some kind of great gesture for us. Now, you could spend a while maybe here working with some locals. I hear the Forge Lord does open court. Maybe you could beseech him for some kind of quest or grand gesture.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, we can think of a good way to get the favor of the Forge Lord, I imagine.
We can't help but have a
And then the
rise
next
by-
step is after we've done that part?
Yes, then we will start the tattooing process. We'll start with a basic mark of our people. That'll just be a small one, but it's from there that the rest of the tattoo will bloom out. And that will be with our basic pigments that we already have. And you'll then need to go get the specific pigments to suppress this horrid thing. I still need to do more research on what exactly is needed. It's, from what I can tell, a few different plants and even some animals from the jungle, and one of them is going to have to be the blood of another lycanthrope.
Really? Okay. That's after we've
That's after. But as soon as we start this tattooing process, that is when you're going to have to switch off.
Okay.
Well, we can get our fill of all of the nature you could ever want in the jungle before that happens, Neve.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Right, well, is there anything else you need me to do right here, right now? Or are you good?
No, just think of not what's just best for you, but what's best for your family, as he looks to the party.
We are a family. And we will fix this. Together.
Yeah.
Come on, we have a jungle to get to.
And it's just gone past 9 o'clock, so we'll take a little break until 15:15. And for that, great roleplay, because you've been doing pretty much just entirely roleplay stuff up until this point. I've moved the inspiration tracker up by 1 for you guys.
Ooh.
So we will go to break, and we'll be back at 15:15.
Okay.
Oh, there's the bank.
We are
Yeah, I
back.
mean, we could take a grand out of the bank.
There is a bank here in Zudak, so you can take money out if you need. Bank of the Golden Claw.
I mean, despite your evasiveness, I will give it to you.
For context, for people that haven't been in the stream, Neil was talking about how she needs loads and loads of gold for a mysterious spell that we don't know.
I'm going to check Becky's character sheet because I want to know.
I've not changed the spell over yet, so you won't even see it on there.
Boo.
Yeah, because I wanted to see if Roman could figure out what spell
You
it was
can.
based on the ingredients.
Yeah. Roll Arcana.
Some sort of arcana
Or religion, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
or religion. Yeah, no, I suppose it depends. If it's a cleric spell,
A cleric
maybe
spell.
religion.
Yeah, cleric spell.
But it turns out Team Tiefling. Oh, cool.
Sorry, no.
Nope.
Remember when Norman won the thing and
It's not a cantrip.
you dished out the money to everyone?
Those 1,000 GP cantrips.
Gara gave his portion of it back to Norman because he felt like Norman won that, he didn't.
Oh.
What a good egg.
I mean, he did because
Or,
he's amazing.
bless your poor peasant heart.
Fool.
Right, so you guys have just finished conversing with the priest of Elran at the Mother Tree in the centre of Zudak. You have gotten a little bit more insight, and he seems to be quite keen on, insistent that Neve do the right godly way of doing it, and not be looking for other solutions just because she wants there to be them.
Or, quote, easier. Is how.
Good word.
There is no path of distance here.
This isn't a university essay. You don't need to use that fancy lingo with us.
Of course I do. It's built into me.
Thought he had.
But it seems like, unless you guys are desperate to do anything else, you have a few points of reference now for where to next go within the jungle.
Ah, yes, there was a magic shoppy that guy found. If we needed any more supplies for the road, we have.
I'm good.
Mixtures magic.
Oh yes, hold on.
I
Let me
could
just
do
check
with getting some
my bag of
powdered
Roman.
ruby.
where. Ah yes, yes. We have plenty. We have plenty of stocks for food, travel supplies. But yes, if we need to take the money out of the bank to get this powdered ruby, then
How
by all
much
means.
is there in the bank? How much is there?
We have over 6,000 gold pieces in the bank.
And your souls.
Yes, that's it.
Only our blood and or fingerprints.
Not ours. High five, Neve.
High five.
Mm. Okay,
With
so
our funky, weird blood.
if we get
Theorists, they refuse to have a bank account.
if we say 1,000 gold out of the bank,
Yes, if you must, and we'll take it, and you can get your powdered ruby.
yes.
Ah. I know what spell it is.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Thing
Have
is
you
so
done your bank
expensive in the,
things?
in the shop.
Yell from a distance. You done your bank things?
Yes.
Yeah, if you are you taking money out the bank? Yep. Okay.
Yeah, we'll take
Yeah,
1,000
we'll
GT
take
out.
it.
Okay. Let me mark that off for you. So you've now only got 5,160 gold and 11 copper pieces.
Thank you, Neve. Okay. And we'll go to mixtures magic.
Did I give you guys your bag of holding?
Mixtures magic. No.
No,
No,
because we were waiting for the 30 days to be up, weren't we?
The 30 days have been up. So you will receive your bag of colding once you go to the shop. So I'll put in a bag of colding for you.
Cool.
Like a little bag.
So much ice cream.
It is not a bag just for ice cream, but we can put some ice cream in there.
We're gonna need a dedicated section of it. You know we are.
Just
In the bag
jars
of
of ice cream.
Just for boys.
Who's going to carry the bag of colding?
I think
Where is
Neve.
Oh, okay.
Bagsy Neve.
Indeed, you are now the bearer of ice cream.
Oh,
Well, we can't
power.
trust Jaden with it because he will only sit there and eat ice cream all day.
No,
only,
I
only
won't.
Neve has the wisdom to resist such an allure of ice cream.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I can control myself, lad.
And I never ever
Mhm.
feed Jaden any sugar ever.
No,
fine.
not even once.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, have you put a thing in for the bag of colding?
Yep, I'm putting one in now. It can be edited by Gina. I'll put a picture in for it at some point.
Yeah.
But it's character sheet, edit sheet directly, and how much strength did I give these? 33.
Fucking hench bags.
Yeah, so it has the right carry weight on it, so you can just drag and drop items on as you would your character sheet, and it will tell you when it's full.
Okay.
Can you put a thing in the item saying what like it does?
Yes, of course I can.
Cold bag.
So, this item represents a bag of holding, but is cool to the touch and emits visibly cold air when it opens. It can hold only 100 pounds of items, so okay, it can hold less, but any perishable items do not degrade while within the bag. It is otherwise identical to a bag of holding.
We got any food that needs to go in it?
Well, I was thinking if you want to
currently
put
I have
things
all
like
the food in the bag of holding.
ingredients and things if needs be, you can put in there if they are perishable.
Yes, most of the food I have is for the road. Much less perishable. It's anything that we get from hunting or travelling. Well, certainly
Yes.
would need to place it there.
Yes, exactly.
So, carry capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15. So, what's 100 divided by 15?
An awkward number.
Yeah, it's
6.6 is
not-
it. So, we'll put it the strength as 7
Yeah.
on the bag of holding.
Okay.
Need to
Yep.
call in every
One
game.
bag. You're doing the shop thing.
But the main thing that we need to do really is we need to get 8 grand. So we can get Norman cape that we wanted.
Yes.
So that when next time he gets swallowed he can get out.
Yeah.
What's the cape you want?
Pink
The
is
cape
for
of
the
the
Malbec.
Malbec.
Oh.
It's in there's one in
Yeah.
Magic as well.
We love our boy. Although he do get eaten by giant sea monsters
Yeah, we
very
need the 8
regularly.
grand first, but like we want it.
Yeah, we
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, getting eaten is his thing.
Yeah. We definitely need to find a way to make lots of money. There is hides people want that
Yes, there will.
or money.
We do have that list for hides from creatures in the jungle.
Yep. There is lots of hides people want. If we can find a lot of whatever death tyrants are.
Dead beholder.
No, I believe it is some sort of dinosaur.
Might also be that one.
Perhaps
It's only 200 gold for defeating Undead Beholder. I would be very angry.
I know.
Or maybe just like a really angry leader. as well.
They don't have any skin, right? They just big skulls.
Also
Yeah.
that, probably.
I think if we want to learn more about any of these creatures, perhaps we should quickly head to the archives. Maybe we can learn some more before we head
Or,
around.
Hey, we-
or
you
we
mean
can
you.
find them
Not
in the
going.
wild where
Oh, yeah.
we're not covered in books.
Yes, we can just find them, put them in bags, and then find out what they are later.
It would be easier to learn more. They would be more accessible. Perhaps, if you check up on the hides, I can see if I can find a book. Yes. And then Roman wanders off, muttering to himself.
I swear he's not even listening anymore. He's
Don't
just...
fall for his tricks. He just wants to go back to the book prison.
I know, but we're meant to sort of make sure he doesn't wander off on his own. And look,
Oh,
he's wandering off.
I will follow him.
Well, that is Gara and Jaden's job. So, keep him safe.
True.
And then Norman can keep us safe.
Yeah, that's good too. Well,
We only need Norman. He needs two.
So yeah, Roman wants to stop by the archives and read about some of the jungle fauna.
Roll investigation.
Because we don't really know much about things like death tyrants and like dinosaurs, really.
Yeah.
Say 23.
Yeah. Okay. So you can definitely find out that's just another word for T-Rexes. Anything that you think you would know about T-Rexes, Roman can now know.
Cool.
You know that there are instances as well with a roll like a 23 that these dinosaurs can sometimes be one size category larger than normal, but sometimes two, especially near the Tyrant's Plain. There is something about the water and the food there that makes them grow very big and are a lot more dangerous because of this. The reason that there's not as many trees around the Tyrant's Plain is because they get stomped the fuck down.
Something in the water there. Although I can't see them really eating much flora. They're eating prey, other creatures. I'm very interested in the Tyrant's Plain and Durland's Hole.
Yep. Any
Maybe
mentions?
that's where the water
There
come
are,
from.
in this book, it seems reasonably old. There isn't really any mention of Durland's Hole there.
More recent thing. Robert will try not to get too distracted and will overcome the allure of the library.
Okay. You've probably spent an hour looking up stuff about dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Well, it wasn't particularly.
That meant that his comprehend languages run out then. So
Yeah.
he's like, well, okay, I guess I'll go.
Yeah.
And in that hour, Jaden will be writing in the book about their adventures in Barovia.
Okay.
He gets to like the first room of Death House.
Yeah.
Like with
Amy,
a
I
guy
need
called
to
Jimmy
see this
Village
at some
starts, and then
I expect a full essay, Amy. A full book's worth. Yes, thank you.
Jaden's
in Jaden's
handwriting.
style.
Yeah, in
Okay.
Jaden's style.
Okay.
I love it.
It's going to be an incomprehensible mess.
Yes.
In the
Have a formal
meantime,
education, it's going to be terrible.
using a few copper, I want to find some ice cream.
Yeah, you can get some ice cream.
I'll pop a few in the bag, and then immediately give one to Jaden.
Yay!
Is it just Jaden's
Nom.
ice cream bag now?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Rob, what have you done?
I've given you an ice cream bag, that's what I've done.
Yeah. Keeps everything cool, though.
Yeah, Honey will go to Magic Shop and pick up some ruby dust.
Yep. Question is, what are you planning on using that spell for?
It depends.
I don't know what it is.
Mystery. Right. Well.
We'll see.
Yeah, how long will it take for our hides to be ready?
They'll
It's
be
like
ready
3.5
now.
days, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say they're ready now.
It means that we have 4 salamander cloaks and 3 giant crocodile cloaks.
Yeah.
Well, the giant crocodile cloaks aren't great here because they're not really good for the heat.
But hope we got them.
They'll be better in Freedom.
Well.
Who would like to have a fabulous salamander?
Which place are we planning on going to first?
In fact, to be fair, perhaps Jaden, O'Neill, myself. I don't think anyone else needs one. Things
Or what?
considered. Of the Salamander Cape.
I mean, I guess I don't need it. What is it for?
It will protect you from fire and heat.
Oh, okay. I can do that with spell, but it's not last all of time.
Yes, but this is all the time. I don't know how much a salamander cloak weighs. Like, or cloak generally. Like, 1, I guess?
Yeah, say 1.
Whereas Norman, Garrett, and Neve are all already resistant to fire, so... I guess Norman can have one, because it looks cool.
Jaden, what are you doing at the moment?
Garrett already.
He's still writing in this book.
Still writing the book. Okay, whilst you're sat down writing the book, waiting for Roman to return, again, the back of your neck starts to really burn, and this time you can have an appropriate reaction of going, ow, this hurts, because it does genuinely quite hurt. You don't take any damage, but suddenly your vision blurs, and for a moment, you can see a boat. It's almost like you're stood on a boat and you're looking at the coastline and you can see loads of these jungle trees, and your vision turns around and you can see someone stood on the boat looking right at you. They look like this, and they go, "Hello, boy. I'm coming to meet you."
Oh fuck!
And then you're back in the room.
Jaden will push backwards on the chair, roll backwards. Fuck shit, fuck crap!
He's been
Wait,
startled.
What?
Oh, he's coming for me.
Who?
Fucking God, curse me, curse fucking.
Curse you what?
Jaden, calm down, Jaden.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the NPC.
He's in followers of Bashal.
Special.
What did you see? What happened?
My neck started hurting, and then I could see the docks and all the trees by the jungle, and then this gnarly zombie looking dude was looking right at me. He said, "I'm coming for you, boy."
Zombie.
Dude.
Oh, fuck. Did I see anyone else in that vision?
Oh yeah, you could hear voices and sounds of other people on the boat.
Did you recognize this figure?
Did I recognize it, Rob?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't think I've actually seen that token before, so...
You have.
Yeah, we have.
Everyone has.
We all know who he is.
Okay, yeah.
So you're saying the patrol? What?
So, zombie-looking person said they were comking for you, and
Oh yeah, Sasura...
Sasura met.
Yeah, that guy.
He's here?
Yeah.
And you had a vision of it, and I'll look up closer at Jaden and just
He's gonna get Steve's hand and put it on the back of his neck.
Yeah, it feels really warm. It does feel quite hot at the back of his neck.
Yeah. I think we're in vision territory here.
It's Sasura is coming for you.
Yeah.
You saw the trees in the dock?
Yeah.
So he's in Zutor, or makes way for Zutor?
What? Oh no.
We need to make a move.
Well, we do have many days' travel on him. Although whether he can use this thing to find Jaden... Possibility.
Yeah, I think you can.
Well, we can work on trying to mask it.
Maybe we can meet up with him or something and sort of running from him.
I like it. We do have a lot of places we need to be.
Ooh.
And I think
Rowan's
that's the...
thinking about giving Jaden my ring, but I think it's more important that I keep hold of it.
I mean, yeah, that's not the only
I'd rather place the Suraman than Vasham, honestly.
I think that would be the one thing that one thing that they would want us to do is to be all distracted chasing people left, right, and center. We need to get on with what we need to do.
True.
They find us, we just need to be ready. Considering it took... How long did it take us to actually travel upriver to do that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days.
Oh, did I hear Kieran at all?
No.
Okay.
He's been tied to the front of the ship in place of a figurehead. Advice to bring the Caribbean back.
Should we try and get the flying mounts of the I guess the names.
Yupanshi.
Yupanshi.
Jaden will pick up his chair and stuff and look at the paper. Look what happened. Ruined it.
Oh, well, yeah. Let's dry it off and we can try and put some more stuff in. Right? But I mean, if we got through Panchi here, we could try and get some of them. Because I can try and summon some, but I guess I probably shouldn't just be trying to do all the stuff all the time.
There's one last thing that we should be sure to do before we do anything else. Speak with Ella.
Oh.
We have a message for her.
I would like to
once we've
talk
taken
with
care of
Ella.
that.
I would like to talk with Ella because something sparked my mind the other day while I was rewatching the old streams.
I don't think. She's in. Well, she was in Zutor. No, she wasn't. She was in Desert.
Okay.
But we do have a sending stone. Send her a message.
What sparked your interest when you were watching old stuff?
She had a fight with Vashan and survived.
Was it Vashan or Verkal?
Vashan.
No, Vashan.
Huh?
Yeah, because Vashan is the one that she hates.
The one that burned down her village.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to know how, since no one apparently survives if you fight Vashan.
Well, it's never been defeated.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
don't
not
think
necessarily murdered everyone.
I don't think things like him tend to leave their quarry alive or
Yeah, not
their
usually.
opponents alive.
She did tell us some of the tale at the time.
We've seen
Quite
it.
fuzzy. It's been a while.
We saw it in her dream.
Yeah, I was looking at the thing. I'm pretty sure it did say over a year ago.
Oh yeah, that's why we brought her back.
Yeah.
Well,
After Kieran
what
murdered
sort
her.
of- What sort of message?
No, he didn't.
Stabbed her right in the back.
No.
We don't
My
know.
fault, man.
Right as she was at the gate to Thaera.
No.
No, I still don't. I don't believe.
Oh, don't wind me up like that. I'm all bothered and stuff now. After that.
Okay, Jason.
Yes, you got to have one of those startling out of body experiences that the rest of us known for.
Yeah, it's just kind of a
Join the
You-
club.
welcome to the club.
Yeah,
There you
you
go.
get used to it.
You
Jake.
you sort of get used to it.
It will never not be startling, honestly.
Yeah. What would you like to send as a message, Gar, or collect?
Well, we learned of some of the sites that she can investigate from the incursions of Hell. We know some of the locations, and I think that we should send her that information.
Yeah, no, let her do that before my personal interest.
She has a. Perhaps when we meet again, we can discuss it.
Exactly.
We can have a
Seems-
proper conversation.
Yeah, seems better it's one actually done in person rather than.
And it's
Probably
very.
through a
We can only convey very limited amount through ascending.
Exactly.
Unless we do it through a dream.
Although dreams are becoming quite treacherous.
Mm-hmm.
The options.
So it is a good idea, though. I appreciate the invention.
Are we sending it?
Yes, I think O'Neill has the stones.
I have some sending stones. No, I have the Maisie sending stone. I thought you had the Ella stone.
But you had it.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Please.
Guys, if none of you have it written down, then I'm afraid none of you have it.
O'Neill has them.
What? Why?
Amazing.
Why? Check the bags.
Yeah, I can't remember who she gave it to.
Definitely wasn't me.
Did we give the Maisie stone to Ella? So now
No,
Ella
no.
and Maisie
Becky's
can
got
talk
the
together.
Maisie stone.
No, I've got the Maisie stone.
Ella gave us one.
Double check.
I gave Ella one of my darts so she could find us, so...
Oh shit. Yeah, if no one's written it down, oh fuck, we lost it.
Yeah. I think that's going to have to be the case that, unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's fallen out of whoever's bag at some point and you have not picked it back up.
Maybe someone nicked it. Who knows?
Maybe.
What's the point in stealing one sending stone?
Don't know.
To prank call.
To prank call someone once a day.
It's a prank call, or to mask their voice to lure someone out.
Oh.
Sorry, did the musical cue line up too well?
Yeah,
It
Well, that's gone
cuts,
horrendously
camera
wrong.
cuts away to some dark, shadowy figure with a sending stone, carrying the voice with Ella at the other end and smiling evilly.
Well, we have dreaming if we need to.
Yes,
Yes.
and we could perform the sending spell if should it be prepared.
Is it?
I
Well,
mean, it's
we can't do it all.
right now.
Yes, I imagine Honeyl's have no use for it currently.
No, I got tongues instead, you know?
Yes,
Okay.
something much more useful in this situation.
So we can do that.
Not yet.
Oh.
We couldn't do it while we travel.
Okay. Getting some travel things then. Flying. Yeah?
We'll take great care.
Okay, so let me just have a look.
Ready.
Misc handouts, jungle handouts. It is. Did I have a thing for jungle mounts? I feel like I did somewhere. It'll be in one of the handouts.
Was it the handout for under Zootar stuff?
Maybe.
It was Jungle Journey. That's what it was. Here they have 4 Upanshi instead of 3 at the port. Unless anyone... So, it will be animal handling checks to ride these with a DC of 15, because it is a exotic and flying mount, and the penalty is for potentially failing by failing a animal handling check. If you fail it by 5, that can be bad. That can be you losing control of your mount. If you fail by 10, you could potentially fall off your mount, and it being a flying mount could be bad.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I can't fail by 10 or more, but I could fail by 5 or more.
Well, that's fine. That's not deadly. That's just an inconvenience, really.
Everyone's slightly better at animal handling.
Yeah, you are. You all should have had a +2.
Yeah. My animal handling is +1 instead of -1.
So Roman could
That's why
fall
mine
off
is
and
5
die.
instead of 3.
Yeah. But it's alright, I know Featherfall.
Okay.
Because I'm a level 1 sorcerer.
And these are only one-person flying mounts as well.
Yeah.
Well, potentially I can sort my own.
Well, you can cover some ground for some time, I suppose. Rhinos are rad.
You could get a rhino. You could get a brontosaurus.
Or I could.
Could get the big
We barely
long
scraped
boy.
together we already barely scraped together 1,000 gold pieces for some fucking ruby dust, so probably not. Maybe we should stick to something a bit more just general travel, or just huff it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would elect rather that we walk and possibly use magic to expedite any travel.
Okay.
I have no problem with this.
I don't like walking, but I will settle for it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
People are poor.
What's the
If we get animals, we will get attached to them, and we will not want to let them go.
Die.
And we will have them protected them with our lives and dying for them. Whereas, if we walk, we walk.
I mean, I could always conjure some, or like attract some from the jungles if we need to get a bit of extra. movement.
Oh, thank you, Nick, for the subscribio.
Riding, like, let us cover more ground.
Yeah, definitely. You will definitely cover more ground, and you can basically rest while you're riding and stuff. You're not actively walking and things like that.
The Deinonychus just like sort of raptor-y type thing.
Yeah. So they're like large velociraptors. So velociraptors are only like the size of like a large turkey kind of thing, whereas a Deinonychus is more the size of maybe like a small horse or something like that.
I think something like that would be a lot more manageable. We could get 6. I can afford that.
Yeah, can do.
Yeah. I think we have everything else that we would need for traveling the road.
Now, don't name them.
Oh, actually, Rob, there is one more thing that I want to look for in town. I completely forgot about.
Just gonna go back to the library.
No. I mean, I don't know if it just come under the potluck of the magic shop, where I want to try and find a couple of spell scrolls.
Ooh, okay. And what spell scrolls in particular you're looking for?
I'm looking for rituals.
Rituals, just general rituals.
Yes, any ritual that exists, because I can. That's up to level 7.
Okay.
No, level 6 rather, because I can cast rituals up to level 6.
So let me actually have a look at what druid ritual spells that there would be, because that'll probably be the primary thing that will be here. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so They're
Different to have like Leo's hut, that would be. But
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so roll me 3d14.
okay. Seven, 1, and 3.
So 1, there is a scroll of Animal Messenger, and then 1, 2, 3, there is a scroll of Beast Sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there is a scroll of Feigned Death.
Okay, I don't any of those.
Okie dokie. Those were the Druid scrolls that you had.
Yeah, Feigned Death is interesting, but not necessary. And the other two would be pointless because like Neve could just do that if she felt like it.
What were they?
Like Beast Sense and Animal Friendship.
Animal Messenger, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't use it a lot. To be
And Feigned Death. It was worth a shot. Right. So yeah, Roman is going to fork out 30 platinum pieces or 6 Dionicus, so we have something to ride.
Yeah, you have
Something
6.
that's more manageable than like flying creatures or brontosauruses.
You have 6 mounts. They are medium beasts. But they make 3 attacks each. Not
Not
bad.
as big as that.
They got more claws than the rest. Our last
Yeah,
lizard boys.
Oh.
and they also have the Pounce ability.
Oh.
We
Oh my god, we.
Okay.
do we have everything we need? I can't think of anything else.
I'm good to go.
We're prepared with water and food and supplies. We have camping equipment. We have insect repellent. We have mounts. And I guess how much for like the fucking like will they? I mean they'll need fucking feeding, right? How much that do they-
Yeah, they'll need a bag of feed each. So let me double check how much bags of feed cost.
That'll be a lot.
Uh, 5 copper pieces per day.
Okay, because Roman will get a lot. So I'll get per day. So
And it's £10 each for each bag of feed.
oof. And that's for one thing per day.
Yes.
Okay. That weighs a lot. Jesus. Everyone's going to have to carry their own bags of feed, I think.
Okay.
We have
Yeah.
So, bag of feet. Sorry, how much was it again?
It weighs £10 for a bag of feed. I don't know, I mean, we have the bag of holding.
Yeah. I
A
was
couple of
just
bags of
about to
holding. It's
say.
just my bag can't handle, like, a lot.
room in
Stupid amount of
my bag.
Just trying to find my.
Oh, just 6 bags of feed I can put in my bag.
For one. That'd be for one day for each creature.
We can put as much as you like in the bag of holding if you want, and then it'll be at through.
How many bags of feed are you buying?
Thinking. So we have 6 of these creatures. And how long is it going to take us to reach, like, Ipanui?
To Ipanui, so
Yeah.
normally we'd say you can move. You were moving 2 hexes a day. No, it was more than 2 hexes. We were moving you like 4 hexes, weren't we? So
Because we can forage as well to feed them.
just because jungles are quite difficult to traverse, it's not like just walking a road. It is a lot more arduous. So we'll say you can move 3 hexes a day with these mounts. So if you were to go directly, it would take you about 2.5 days.
So if I get, let's go with a nice standard, nice easy 3 each. Cool. 800 pounds.
Now, just saying for future, if we did get one of the giant dinosaurs, I could cast freedom of movement on it, and it will be super quick through the jungle, and we'll just all have to sit on it. It'll be great.
It's really cheap to actually buy loads. I mean, Roman will pay for that as well, because it's just 9 silver pieces.
Days are you buying?
Like 18. So if you
18 days?
like half of that.
How many days worth are you buying?
Oh, it's 3 days worth.
Okay, so, but what about for more days than that?
Well, once we've we don't really have the capacity to carry too much more,
Well, why not?
unless you do, I suppose.
I have the bag, and she has the bag.
Just tell me how much we need. We need at least 5 days worth.
So we could get 2 more days worth, I suppose. Yes. And,
And then tell me how many that is.
so that will be another 12.
Do you need me to put
Sick.
any in?
How
So,
many bags in total?
In total bags of 30.
Okay. So I can take like 25 bags in my bag easily.
And I'll take 5.
You take the rest.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, good. But then we can carry it. My
Yes.
bag is quite.
I
My
said
bag
I
is
had
rather
plenty
loaded with our
room.
own. Yeah, my bag
I
is
almost
quite
able to
loaded with our own
put
food.
30 in there. I almost able to put all of them in there, but I have my things in there too.
I have
There's
our
lots of
camping
clothes.
supplies and all of our food in there, so it does take up quite a lot of space.
Mine is lots of clothes and things.
Much less cumbersome than, I don't know, 16 days worth of rations for 6 people.
So I think we've done that.
Yeah,
We're ready to go.
yeah. I have knocked off the golds and the pennies for those. So we got a lot of
Hey,
feed
Jaden.
for our little boys.
I would not like to run out of food.
Jaden,
Yeah?
what have you called yours?
I said do not name them.
I called it Ivy.
Ivy,
Why?
okay.
Oh,
No, you.
Honeyil, how do they know if we just like call them by like what they are? They'll all listen to us. We have to give them individual names so they know what they're doing.
Did they come with a name?
Not how
No.
mounts work.
They did not come with names.
Oh, don't listen to them, Ivy.
They are not name trained.
Neve is smiling to herself.
Oh, you're going to get sad when we have to give them back.
I won't.
They're ours.
Not this time.
Well, we can't take them everywhere, you know? We have to get back on a boat. at
Yeah,
some point.
like 100% these will not survive in an Arctic climate.
Please.
I'm just getting images of, like little like dinosaurs with like woolen hats and scarf.
Yeah, dinosaurs in parkas.
With their little teeny tiny hat on.
Teeny tiny hat and teeny tiny scarf.
Okay.
No.
We have those. Are we good to go?
Yes. Let's
Has,
go.
has anyone else named their raptor?
No.
I have it in my head.
What's it called, Neve?
Gina hasn't thought of one yet,
Oh, okay.
but Neve definitely has.
Okay. Right, so are you guys ready to... Oh, solid snake, nice.
They're not naming.
Break.
I do like solid snake though, that's a good name.
So when that dies, like, you need to play that little jingle.
And you do need to call out, yeah, like Otacon.
Snake?
As it lies there, like on the floor with its tongue lolling out the side of its mouth.
And then Honey's like, revivify.
No.
She's not doing that
No.
again. That costs money.
Yeah, it costs a lot
You
of
have
money.
been warned.
That already costs a
We
lot of
need-
money
we
to do
need
that to
those
little
when we die.
Norman.
We need those for Norman and Jaden.
Everybody gets one.
So it's probably about early afternoon at this point. Are you guys going to start making trails?
Yes, please.
I think we should. We
Yeah.
need to. We should head as soon as possible.
Yeah, so you can already see that a lot of the members of the Aegis are already up and moving. They seem to be in the process of leaving, as you are also making a departure. You can see they are being led by the woman known as Sir Gwillem that you saw in the throne room, and she seems to be moving them with purpose.
Are they heading out like the same way we are?
Yeah, but they're a bit ahead of you.
I feel bad for them.
Well, perhaps when we've done this for this thing for the Forge Lord, he might look more favourably upon them.
Perhaps. I suppose.
If he has seers, perhaps he can consult them.
But as you leave Zudak, you can see the two stone statues that flank the entrance kind of look down on you and almost kind of... It feels like their gaze is upon you as you leave, and it's a very watchful gaze. And you can almost get the sense that this grand structure of a city, even though deep in the jungle, is a solid presence that is always going to be there, a safe bastion, as a symbolic gesture that there is a home amongst the dense jungle and dangerous wildlife. And that there is always some place of respite and sanctuary. But it is early afternoon, so we will discuss what people are doing as their travel tasks. So, what was travel tasks? We'll bring that up.
Navigation. I said.
Yes. So I've decided that for this game we're just going to do one travel task a day. We're not going to do it in 8-hour sections. We'll just do just for the ease of things. Just because this isn't a big travel hex crawl type of game, but we do want to keep some of those elements, but not bog down the session with a lot of travel. So. Neve, are you navigating?
Yep.
So, can you do the navigation check? Because that will shape the rest of the journey for everyone else.
18.
18. Easy. You are making a solid way. So, we will move you 2 hexes because you don't have all day to move. And then we'll go from left to right. So, Hamel, what is Gara doing during the travel time?
While we're going through, I will actually like to try and scavenge, see if I can find anything while we're
Yeah.
in the jungle.
Go for it. So 22. Easy, that is a success on the Alchemy Almanac. If you could please roll a d20 for me, and I will consult the table.
No, because I decided to quit out of the game for some reason.
Oh, fantastic. Good job, buddy. I'm proud of you.
Can I also scavenge with...
D20. If it wants to. Just in case. D20. There we go.
So 19. Ooh, so we will choose from the swamp flora, because it is a rainforest. And there's no specific thing in this for rainforest or anything like that. But you have got a knit bone. You are unsure on what knitbone does. It will require a further nature check to distinguish what it is. Anyone can do this check, ideally, realistically, because you've brought it back to the party and you are unsure.
Yeah, I'll Is it okay for me to give it a look with having just found it?
Yeah.
Someone else. Okay.
First.
Yeah. Nature, you say? Sheet open again.
I know what it does because of Tomb of Annihilation.
Yeah.
Normal. Nature.
Okay, so it is an earth reagent, you know that much, and you know that it is a tall, stalky plant with purple flowers and a long, hard, slightly sharp leaves. The leaves and flowers can be ground into a poultice that, when applied to an injured creature, will recover 1 hit die and heal 1d10 hit points.
Nice. Yeah. Excellent.
So what I'll do is I'll screen grab this and put that in the Thaera Discord. Bam, fantastic. Honiel assisted you, so that's Honiel done. Jaden, what would you like to do today?
Can Jaden also scavenge?
Yeah, you can. Is anyone going to spend their travel time assisting Jaden?
No.
Oh, Norman will, so you can have advantage.
The survival, yeah.
Yes, survival or nature.
Don't worry, guys. I'll scout.
Unfortunately, you fall short. You and Norman do not find anything particularly. Maybe it's because you are both riding mounts this time, and it's a bit harder as you're still getting used to riding atop Ivy and Solid Snake. that they don't quite listen to your commands as they would. These are very different to the Dune feet, who are very well trained. These are a lot more wild animals that have been forcibly now taken and used as mounts, and occasionally they do leer off to a side, chase a smaller creature or something like that, and you do have to wrestle to gain control of them again. Solid Snake is a little rapscallion.
Oh, I love him, you know.
Okay, so then we have Roman.
Yeah. Well, I was considering crafting, but someone should try and keep a lookout.
And we all know Roman has the best
Yeah,
eye.
Roman's the best man for the job, so Roman will be on scouting duty
No
today.
doubt.
Let's see.
Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
I mean, that is better than your passive perception.
Yeah. And I'll use my Dark One Zone look on that. Oh yeah, 12!
Fantastic.
It's
Amazing.
like, no, you don't want to see anything too
Chef's
good.
kiss.
It could have been 0 + 1, I suppose.
Yeah, it could have. Could have.
Right. But we will bring ourselves onto a different map, as Roman's bad eyes have unfortunately not been able to see the dangers that lie ahead.
Yeah,
Dun.
You shouldn't have relied on me, I'm not a scout.
So
You-
give me
I mean, you
just
were
a
scouted.
second.
It's because I was last,
Yeah.
and no one else elected to do it first.
I was
No,
busy
no one who
helping
can
find
say.
some cool knit bone.
Right.
Jaden, you're gonna have to be on scouting duty in future, because
Okay.
Yeah, Jaden can occasionally keep his eyes open. Like,
When they're not darting around.
Put all that fucking energy to some use. May as well be ranging and looking around.
So as you are traveling through the jungle basin, there is a sudden bursting from the leaves as a bunch of the plants seemingly come to life before your very eyes and seem very aggressive. Some of them are long vines that seem to end in a weird mouth-like protrusion.
Oh,
Oh no!
Some of them are familiar Uboga that you have seen in the docks before, and some of them are needly boys.
No!
kill those first!
So what we will do is pull the turn order, and I will have a lot of initiatives to roll.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I imagine we're mounted.
I'm going to say that you have enough time to dismount, as combat on your mounts is a very bad idea for all of you non-trained mounted combatants.
mounts? Oh yeah, I mean, I guess the mounts probably aren't trained
Sorry, hang on.
for combat either.
There we go.
I'm so.
I hope they don't
Very,
kill
very
and throw
slow.
their lives away.
But let's end the session by having a nice little bit of combat and rolling some dice.
Yay!
Not dying.
Sorry, I've got a lot of needly boys to roll for. Man, I love my needle blights.
I hate them. I hate them so much.
They're really a low chance to hit you.
Yeah, I know, but I hate them because they've got a good chance to hit me.
They've got like a 50-50 chance to hit you.
Yeah, that means they will.
Did I roll
50% of the
properly?
time, every time.
Let me just have a quick look. I just need to roll for one more. And I need to remember what the fuck these vine flowers do. Oh, okay. Oh, no, they're pretty easy. They're pretty easy going. Right. Okay, so if we go descending, we have... Oh, wait, no, I need to roll for your mounts.
Yeah, I don't think I did roll mine properly. I'll change mine.
They better not all immediately die.
So, the mounts have been trained not to attack people, so unless they are directed otherwise with a successful animal handling check of a DC 13, they will stay put. And it is a free action on your turn to call out to one of your mounts to command them. But it will prompt an animal handling check to basically tell these mounts that have not been trained in your native tongue what to do. So, top of the round is Jaden.
Okay, Jaden will. Okay, okay. Ta-da.
Defensive stance, boy.
Huh?
Let's get
Okay.
ready for these things.
He'll go there and he's gonna take the dodge action.
The dog action. Cool.
The dodge. Move.
Oh,
Move.
Okay, so
And
mark
that.
yourself up with something so I know that you're taking the dodge action. I'm pretty sure there's an icon for it.
Yes, and I have my sanctuary up, so.
Okay. So they need to make a wisdom save, is it, if they want to attack you?
Yes.
Okay. And is it they then don't get to attack you, or they have to attack a different target? Is it do they waste their attack in trying to attack you?
They have to attack another target if it's in rage, otherwise they've wasted it, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Hang on. Yeah, oops. Oh, hang on. Read the actual spell. Oh shit, didn't mean to do that.
It's fine.
it's fine, so you do that.
Right. So is that your turn, Jaden?
Yeah.
Right. So next up, a vine flower. These things are long vines that have burst out of the floor of the jungle itself, and they kind of loom up almost like a serpent you would imagine to break out of the dirt. And you can see that they have deep roots that dig deep in, and it kind of looms over you and towers up above, and you can see its mouth is dripping with this horrible kind of tar-like substance, and it definitely doesn't have any eyes, but its face is directly towards you, Jaden, as it tries to... it's going to try to attack you. So it needs to make a wisdom save, and it cannot. You can see it's looking at you intently, and it tries to do something, but cannot, so it'll attack the next nearest target within its range, which is Solid Snake.
No!
As it's...
Snake is a master of covert espionage. No way you can see it.
So, fortunately for Solid Snake, it is at long range, so it's at disadvantage. So it will try its poison spit. What's Solid Snake's AC? It is 13. Solid Snake tumbles and dodges out of the way as the spit lunges out and hocks onto the floor.
Does a exclamation mark appear over the monster's head?
Yes, and then it will take its second attack on Solid Snake. As Solid Snake dodges again!
Ah, yeah.
Oh my god.
As you are now going to have to use an animal handling check to convince Solid Snake not to attack this thing. He is pissed. A Needle Blight will move in with its minimal speed. It has dashed. Neve, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to move up this way, and I'm going to cast Anti-Life Shell.
Ooh.
So it's a 10-foot bubble around me that edges anything out that's next to me. It's a little protective kind of thing. So I'll set myself up with that.
Okay.
I think that's probably going to be my turn. I'll put that, and then I'll make a.
Oh, okay. That thing is not showing up very clearly. There we go. You can see the black circle.
Cool, thank you.
Although you're too close to stuff in a minute, I think.
Yeah, I think when I originally cast it, things get pushed out a bit, but then I can't then walk towards things.
Okay.
Push them out.
Oh, does it stay static? It's not around you, is it?
It stays static to me, but basically it's like a bubble. If I
Okay.
then try and then force something into it, it pops it.
Okay. Okay.
It's just originally it shoves things back.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I just sort of like hit the trident onto the ground, and then just as there's like a whoop, there's a bubble swirling magic goes around me.
Fantastic.
And as my free action, would my mount be able to sort of essentially take the dodge action, sort of nestled in the big tree?
Sorry, what was that?
So the mount.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Can I use my free action to order it, to gesture for it to take cover?
Yeah, sure. Make an animal handling check. DC 13.
Protect.
Yep, and he on his turn he will go to cover.
Cool.
Ooh. Oh, you've not had +2.
That's my go.
Yep. Next up is a Needle Blight, who will move 20 feet and will try and attack Jaden. It cannot. Good job. Roman, it's your turn.
Roman holds the Staff of Frost high in the air, and he holds his hand out towards it, drawing forth mighty cold energy as he waves his hand in the direction to this side. Oh, it's not pinging up. Why won't it ping up? To the right side of the map. As he casts Wall of Ice
Ooh.
and covers this entire flank, but I just need to fucking place everything because it's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It would be easier just to draw it. In fact, that will be easier. Let me just draw a little line. There it goes. Oink. Oink. As ice starts to form in long 10-foot rows and blocks off this side, hitting all of these creatures and pushing them to the other side.
Okay. Right, let's...
I think it looks better, less uniform anyway, even though it's really shittily done.
There wasn't a straight line among it.
No,
It was ice. It's all.
not
it's-
even the
it's-
straight line tool can help him.
It's rugged and natural. That would have been easier.
Yeah.
Authentically icy.
It's like that little tree boy's pushed to the other side, Robert.
Which tree boy am I seeing?
Little blighty boy. He will be here.
Oh, he was...
Yeah, everything
You-
that hits, I do
you-
to be pushed.
Okay. Oh, was on this side, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The side was blocked off from us.
Okay.
And let me actually roll the fucking damage as well. That would probably help. Let's actually roll the spell. As the wall of ice forms and hits everything, and it lands on for 31 cold damage.
Ooh, okay, so these needle blights will die regardless. And then, what kind of save is it? Is it dexterity save? For the
DC
vine...
18 dex save for the big vine thing.
The vine flowers are surprisingly nimble. But not nimble enough, as they both take... Yes. They both take 31 points of damage.
Would our mounts naturally just take the dodge action?
Yeah, normally if they do not have another command, they will take the dodge action on their turn.
Okay. Roman will not move.
Okay.
He'll stay here.
Right. Next up is a needle blight, which will move over here and come down this log. It will dash. And then this one will also dash in. And then a vine flower is going to burrow under the ground as it burrows and bursts up on the other side of the wall of ice.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
And will then take two poison spit. Actually, it'll move 5 feet closer with the rest of its movement and make 2 bite attacks at you, Roman.
Oh, Jesus.
As it comes in and tries to chomp on you. 14.
Let me just... I think that actually does hit, yeah. Yes, that hits.
Right, and then goes for another bite. For 12.
Oh, misses!
But it chomps...
I only take half of the piercing damage, as Roman has tough hide.
Yes.
So 8 poison and 6 doodah piercing.
You can see that this vine flower burrows in and moves a bit closer and is just in its short range of Neve. Does it have any penalties to ranged attacks against you?
No. No, range
The ice
attacks don't
wall
work.
falls, as Roman was not expecting that.
Right, so it will make a 2 poison spit attacks at you, Neve, as
Okay.
it hits you for 30. Are you immune to poison damage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nature's Ward.
Yeah.
Its intelligence is very low. It does not know this, and will spit at you again.
The original is just like, yeah.
So, ew.
You. And that, yeah.
This one will burrow down, and it'll take a long-range spit at
Damn it.
Honeyl's mount.
Damn it.
Son of a bitch.
As it hits for 28 poison damage, and it is on minus hit points.
It needs to make a save, because if it makes the save, it only takes half.
Oh yeah, he does need to make a save. So he'll make his con save, which is DC 16. And he does not make it, as it hits him, completely side-eyes him, and it hits him right in the side of the face, and it hisses, it cries out, whimpers, and collapses down onto the floor in a little bit of a spasm.
Shit.
So
It mounts.
it is not
So
happening.
now is immediately dying.
It will make a death save on its turn. So we'll just roll a d20 for it. This one burrows in and we'll take a shot at Gara as I feel bad just targeting all your mounts. That's the only rhyme or reason.
Understandable.
It hits Gara for 24 poison damage.
Ow.
Can you make a DC 16 con save?
15 was that, sorry.
16. And Gara, you are poisoned as this thing hits you. It is like a pressure washer. Slaps out this jet of poison. It hits you and you can feel it seeping into your pores and into every nook and cranny of your skin. And you can feel just this horrible, dizzying wave wash over you. You are now poisoned until the end of its next turn.
Ow. That was unpleasant.
Gara, your turn. Oh wait, no, it's got another attack.
Okay.
Would I have had to make a con check for when it hit me before?
It didn't do any damage to you.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're fine. You don't care.
It's just get covered in the poison, just like, oh, okay.
And the second attack it misses you, Gara.
Woo.
So it's your turn, Gara.
Cool. Ow. Bonus action rage.
Mm-hmm. Understandable.
And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Going through that
35.
water is difficult terrain,
Balls.
as you will be sloshing your way through it.
You could jump. If it's going to be difficult terrain.
Yeah, get a run and then leap into like my first attack. If that's okay
Yeah,
with you.
that sounds cool.
I'm
As you
happy to, like,
pitch
roll.
over the pond. Yeah.
Cool. I can roll athletics if you want.
What's your long jump distance?
Oh Christ.
She's strength.
Yeah, it's your strength score.
20.
So yeah, you can leap 20 feet.
Oh sweet, sound.
That is exactly 20 feet that you have leapt.
Excellent. And then take 2 swings at disadvantage against this one.
Yeah. As it gets ready, it kind of leers back and leers down at you. Its mouth dripping with this poisonous venom.
Gross. First one. 19?
You cleave a slinging slice straight into its viney neck that protrudes out of the ground.
Very nice. 15 slashing and then the rage. It's always 2.
Mm.
And then the second swing.
No.
Natural 1.
As unfortunately, you overexert yourself, the rage burning inside of you, the anger at the damage this thing has done to you. You swing hard and you undercut your swing and it gets caught in the dirt as you try and wrench it free.
That's my turn.
And then the Uboga, it cannot get towards Neve. Does it have any ranged attacks? No. So it is going to spend its turn moving its movement as it floops around on its viney root-like legs and will dash here. Ivy's turn. Ivy has not been given any commands. Ivy will take the dodge action. This one was told to hide, so we'll disengage and hide. So it's hidden in the log. A needle blight here will dash in. Solid Snake did not like getting spat at. Solid Snake is going in. And he will make his 3 attacks. His first attack hits for 3 damage. His second attack misses colossally as he is hissing and snarling, jumping up at this thing. And then his third attack misses as well. He's not able to penetrate through it. And you can see that with Solid Snake's non-magical bite, he has done a nice, hefty 1 damage. This Dionicus here will take the dodge action. Has not been given commands. This one will also take the dodge action. It's the problem with having mounts. Makes you move quicker, but they are a liability. Norman, it's your turn. Yep, go for it. As Norman readies his whip to the vine flower leering over him and Roman.
Save me, Norman!
28 definitely hits for 12 slashing damage. As you can see, the rending chain of your whip starts to cut and tear like a chainsaw blade, you know, kind of cutting and tearing through plants.
Shame we don't have tree bane.
Another solid hit for 15 damage.
A sharpened attack. Oh.
And then the third is another hit for 14 damage. As this one definitely looks bloodied from what you can tell. It's oozing out this green liquid from all these numerous cuts. Ooh, is he action surging?
And again.
As it hits again. For 10. And another hit for 13. It looks very badly wounded.
One more time.
As the 16 does hit. As finally, with the final whip attack, the chain wraps around the whole body of this big vine bursting out of the ground. And as it grabs him with the teeth on the edge of the whip of the chain whip, Norman is able to pull it tighter as it cuts it clean in half, severing it as it sprays out the green blood, and the head falls down.
Roman breathes a sigh of relief.
Is that your turn, Norman?
Yeah, Norman. Yeah. Then. Ooh.
He's never done.
Yeah, you can bonus action shield slam a bastard. So it will make its athletics check. So this is the Uboga, and it does not have athletics, it'll just make strength. Yep, it is knocked prone. Is it immune to prone? No, it is not. It falls prone. Right, Honiel, it is your turn.
Fighting. Have we fought these ones before?
Yes, you fought them at the Necrobache docks.
Do we remember if they were resistant to fire or not? I can't remember if they
roll
from fireballs or not.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago in game time as it was player time, so you remember that they were. These ones were.
That's fine. It's just for future turns. As
Oh
she
wait,
will...
no, no, you don't think this one was. Sorry, double check the stats.
She will hold out both of her hands and she will do a twinned fireball at this needle blight here, and this needle blight here.
Ooh.
As she'll go for the top one first. Pew! Does 14 hit?
14 hits.
Pew! For 14 fire damage.
As you burst it into a shattering rain of needle-like splinters and protrusions as it erupts in fire.
And then she'll throw out her left hand at the other one.
That's another hit.
For
As that one
fire damage.
also dies in a similar fashion.
As a bonus action, as she is stepped down here slightly, she will cast Further Dying on her mount.
It is stable.
As she quicken spells a Spare the Dying.
Good job.
And that is her turn.
A needle blight is up as this one moves in and aims at Neve. Kapow! It hits! For 10 damage.
Oh, actual damage now.
Can you make a concentration check on your anti-life shell? You are fine. As the needle flies through the air and skewers you in the shoulder, your shoulder roils back from the impact. As you can see it readying, it cocks its hand. You can hear a noise as it gets ready to go again. Jaden, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to run here, so my sanctuary will go down.
Okay.
Because I'm attacking now. And I will attack this needle boy. Sword.
That's a hit. For 14, you cut it clean in half as the top half slowly slides and falls from the top. And then the legs fall to the ground.
And then he's going to go there and attack this guy. Haha!
Go for it.
Short sword.
Another hit. You cut into the base of the roots bursting out the ground. It hacks in.
He's going to spend a key point I start punching it.
Go for it. As the fist cracks and strikes into it.
I'm gonna knock it prone.
Okay, it is immune to prone, the way that it comes out of the ground, unfortunately.
I'm gonna spend a key point and stun it.
Yeah, roll the damage first.
And I'm gonna take its reaction.
Okay, it has no reaction, and it will make its Constitution saving throw, or be stunned. It is stunned as there is a loud, cracking death noise as you strike it true, and you can see it goes rigid and almost stands upright as you see a roiling snap to its body.
Good job, Jaden.
Oh, thanks. Fucking fire at it as he pivots around it. Have a little dance around it.
Got him in my sights.
That's my turn.
Next, the vine flower stands solidly still. The needle blight, its turn. So takes aim at Neve. It fires. It misses.
Ah. Just holding her bubble as like loads of little needles, just being like. Beep, 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 beep.
Damage is devastating at low levels, though. 10 damage.
Yeah. Imagine having like 60 of them. Neve, it's your turn.
Okay. She's almost tempted to take her revenge back, but then she notices like one of the roots from this flower boy here along the floor. So she's gonna calmly just kneel down and place her hand on it as it starts to turn black as she casts light.
Ooh.
Level 5.
Ooh.
Ooh. Die can't die.
So
It's
it
actually 72 damage.
Yeah, it's actually 70.
and it makes the save at disadvantage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say it's dead.
It takes 72 damage, but it is not dead. It is very badly hurt.
You just turned half of it black.
Yeah. Okay.
You dare to venture near our anti-life shell?
Get away.
But you can see it will use its reaction, and there is a burst of thorns from out in the ground as it tries to protect itself.
Many circles and squares.
Yeah.
God.
The vines and thorns on the floor are difficult to rate. It is basically a spike growth that has happened around this thing. So moving through it will cause damage for every 5 feet you move through. Roman,
Norman's already there.
it is your turn.
Roman gets the evil eye and he points towards this vine creature here
Yep.
and casts Hex as a bonus action.
Okay.
And then he will summon forth several bolts of eldritch energy and
Okay.
launch them all at the creature with advantage because
Yeah, it is stunned.
First one hits for 19 damage, 15 force and 4 necrotic.
It strikes true.
The second one,
A critical hit!
as Jaden has left it wide open for him.
And takes
For
27.
damage.
Yeah, 27.
Big.
Huge. It looks badly hurt as the Eldritch Blast is sending visible holes and craters into the plant-like structure.
And then the final one flies. He tries to finish the creature. It hits for 11 damage.
But it still retains some of its form.
Damn. Almost got it. Finish it, Jaden. That's my turn. I'm not going to move.
And Needle Blight moves closer to Jaden as it shoots forth a needle-like protrusion. Ka-choom! As a 20 hits Jaden.
I am going to throw that back.
As
Spend a key point to throw it back.
you use your reaction and you grab the needle out of the air as you spin around, hearing it approach you from behind, and you spend a key point. So it's basically just an unarmed attack. As a 17 hits,
Flies back.
and it gets it straight in the gut. It staggers back, but it is still up.
Jaden's gonna look at him. Oh, not this time, lad.
Right, this vine flower, seemingly now aware that Neve, it was completely unfazed by its attack, is going to burrow. It can't burrow there. It can burrow here, and looms over Honiel. And we'll go for its first poison spit.
Ow. Ow.
So it hits you for 22 poison damage.
Ow.
Can you make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, I might only take half.
Yeah, save for half.
No.
And
No.
you are poisoned as you can feel this splash hit you. The powerful pressure washer force impact of it hurts and stings. And its second attack hits you again for another 22. So another.
I can only take 11.
Take 11 of that.
Ow. That hurts. Ow, that hurts.
Next up, this one is going to come towards Honiel as well, as it burrows and bursts and reaches forth from the ground and spits towards her.
It hit.
It hits for 22 again,
Yes, it does.
and then the second attack hits
Yeah.
for only 20 this time.
Yeah, it's only funny.
For another 20, as there is a rain of poison spray coming towards Honiel. That Dionyscus is on 0 hit points. This vine flower on Gara will go for 2 bite attacks. So the first one comes down and hits for only 9 piercing damage, but 8 poison.
Ow.
And then the second attack, does that hit?
18 just hits, yeah.
So for 10 piercing and 7 poison, as it takes 2 big bites out of you, trying to wrestle you from the ground, trying to pick you up in its mouth as you fight it off, having to use your arm to shield yourself.
Ow.
It is your turn, Gara.
Much ow. Bonus action, Rite of the Flame.
Ooh.
And depending on if this attack hits, I might do a fun little descriptor. Am I still at disadvantage? Am I still poisoned?
No, you're not.
No. Okay, cool. Thank you. First attack. Yay!
That's it.
So yeah, as Gara brings the sword up and then strikes down with ridiculous speed, almost like the friction of the sword clashing through the air actually ignites the blade.
Ooh, yes. As it leaves a burning trail behind you, as it actually does 4 fire damage, not 2. As it seems to hiss and squeal at the presence of fire. So that is for 21 damage.
Ooh.
And the second attack,
Another solid hit.
so close.
Ooh! Was that that was max
max
fire
fire-
damage.
max
So that's
fire
an
damage.
extra 8. So that's 35. As how do you want to kill it, Gara?
Fuck. With that whole, so I said he brings down the sword with ridiculous speed so that it ignites mid-air from the friction, and then it's one of those of he looks up, thinks he's missed for a second, and it keeps running, lunges towards him, and as it lunges towards him, just part of it just like falls off.
Yeah.
So it just falls around him. I was like, oh, I didn't realize it was dead. Cool. Great. Oh, there's a lot over there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That's
Eyes
Gara's
louder.
turn. Yeah, I'm moving towards you. That's Gara's turn.
The Oboga on its turn, it's losing a lot of its mass from that horrid blight. It seems to, you can see there's like an undulating motion from its roots in the earth, and you can see some of the blackened bits of its appearance start to heal up slightly. As it will attack Norman with its 2 Vine Barb attacks.
Oh, my boy.
It misses as Norman's shield is far too quick for him to even get past his defense. The second one, also absolutely tragic. And then it lunges in with its weird mouth, where you'd expect kind of the head of the flower to be. And that just hits. And can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please, Norman, and take 10 damage?
Although, has Norman still got heavy armor? So.
I don't know. Nick, are you here?
He did say BRB last time.
Oh, yes, he did. He did. So I'll roll for him then. So let me see, where is his character sheet? Norman, I'm sure he'll pass this con save. It is one of his proficiencies.
Statistically.
Yep, he's fine.
Oh, there he is.
Ah, good timing.
It's okay, Nick. You're not poisoned, but you do take 10 damage, however. Ivy will continue to dodge. Neves Dionicus will dodge.
No.
Solid Snake will go for the coup de grace, as it is stunned.
Oh, get him, Solid Snake.
As it goes in for the bite. It cannot bite. Goes in for the claw. It does claw for 5 slashing. Holy shit. As the thing looks very badly hurt. And then the next claw comes in for exactly what it needed to kill it. As Solid Snake rips it to shreds.
Yay.
As you can see him on the floor, chowing down on it and throwing up mulch into its mouth.
Solid Snake always gets his target.
That Dionicus will continue to dodge, as will that one. And it is Norman's turn.
Use the best two.
Yes, the Uboga before you. It is badly wounded from the blight. Yes, it is still prone because I forgot to stand it up. That's a hit for 11. And another hit for 10 as Grasping Light whips it on the floor. The first whip sends a deep rend into its body, leaving it half exposed, as the second follows up the attack and splits it in 2 as it falls apart. But the thorny protrusions still remain on the ground. But unfortunately, you do move 5 feet out of them, so you do take how much is it?
2d4.
2 piercing and 2 poison.
Ooh.
But you may continue your third attack. Shield bash on the vine. You did see that Jaden tried to knock these ones prone, but it didn't work. You can take that back if you want to use your bonus action for something else.
You can knock them 5 feet backwards with your shield bash if needs be, but it's not back or prone normally.
Yep. Okay, so it will make a strength save. And it is knocked back 5 feet.
Yes, good.
Grasping Light hits for 14 as it cuts and rends into its vines. Cool. Good turn. Honeal, you're up. You are hurt.
O'Neill is badly wounded, but she is gonna throw out both of her hands and do firebolts at these two. At disadvantage. 12?
12 on the first one misses.
Okay.
But you can use the 28 as the second attack if you want on the other one.
No, it's disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, you're poisoned, yeah.
Yeah. And bad, but then she will grab her mount and she will cast Quicken Detour and move elsewhere.
Okay, yeah.
Over here. Just grabs her mount and takes it over here.
Okay.
We will lick our wounds over here. This is fine. This is totally fine.
And Needle Blight finishes cocking his hand as you see another needle poke its way out of its wrist as it points it and steadies it at you, Neve. It fires. It misses as you're able to dodge and tumble to the side. Jaden, it's your turn.
Jaden will go there, give that a little slash.
Go
as
for
he
it.
runs along.
As it's still staggering back, looking at its wounded chest from where you threw its needle back, you easily lop its head from its neck as it collapses to the floor.
And he'll continue to move and cartwheel forward and start attacking this guy.
As you cartwheel into position, the thing is leering towards Norman, not aware of your presence, as you slash it upside the roots for 8 damage, as it quickly pivots and turns its gaze towards you.
And you spend a key point and start punching.
A 17 hits
Yeah.
for 8 bludgeoning. And another hit for 14 bludgeoning as your fists punch and carve deep into it.
Our solid snake get that one.
Make an animal handling check. As you yeah, Solid Snake's gonna go for it as you command Norman's mount.
Wait, no.
And the other Needle Blight on the other side of you cocks his hand, and you see another needle protrude through its wrist, ready to fire. And it shoots, and it scores 5 damage, Neve.
No. Okay. Check.
You are fine, and it is now your turn.
Okay, so as I'm looking around for various things and whatnot, I don't know what the weather is like today, but it's now gonna get stormy.
Ooh, there was already a tentative mist to the air, and you could tell it was going to rain soon, but now the clouds open up and the water descends.
I raise my hands towards the sky, and I call lightning upon the 2 big beams down there.
So are you ending the concentration on your anti-life shell? Okay.
Yeah. Just doing one thing at a time. That is the lightning, and I'm popping it right. Oh, no. Yeah.
Where?
I'm doing it here. I'll put down the token, but
Yeah.
it's in between these two because
It's deck save, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so the Vine Flowers, 1 deck save, passes, 2nd deck save, fails. So 1 will take, let me just have a look. Damage resistances, doesn't have any resistance to that. So the top one will take 8, and the other will take 16.
Okay, and as a free action, I'll try and encourage my mount to attack the needle blights.
Oh, okay. Roll animal handling. Yeah, it will do. It will go for it. It will stop hiding and it will come attack.
Okay, and I think, yeah, that's my turn.
Roman, it is your turn.
Okay. Roman, seeing Honiel has gotten to a safe distance, will now run in. He starts running forward and begins casting a spell as the air ignites around him. And he casts Investiture of Flame.
Ooh.
And takes on a fiery visage. And as he reaches this creature, he holds his hands out in front of him, and a jet of fire.
Is it a bonus? Isn't it an action to do that? And you've used the action to cast the spell? Isn't that the downside of Investiture?
Of course, yeah, that's my. That is.
Yeah.
Anything? Yeah, sorry, I didn't even
Yeah,
think about
I only learned that from when I took Investiture of Ice as Bella.
Oh yeah, shit. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. But yeah, I am on fire.
Yeah.
And stood next to it, and also, I'm a big bright light.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake on both our parts there, Gina, but I think you would only be able to get one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was literally just about to say.
Yeah, that's fine though. So is Investiture of Fire if they hit you, or is it if they start their turn next to you?
It's, if they go into it for the first time or end their turn there.
Oh, it's if they end their turn there. Okay. So the Vine Flower on Norman leers down and goes for a bite as it tries to wrench its shield away from Norman's arm. It wrestles and is clamping down on that as it hits for 18 piercing and 11 poison.
Oh my lord.
And then its second attack will be another bite at Norman. That's weird. It's not updating.
There you go, it's done it now.
Yeah, Oh well. It's seemingly not letting me change it, so I don't know why. There might be a bug with the token or something. I can sort that out later. But the second attack misses as you're able to bash and shove its face away from you. This Vine Flower has a myriad of choices, but seeing the very dangerous fire next to it will go for Roman. As it doesn't have a high intelligence, but it knows fire bad, as it goes to bite Roman. 12 misses, and goes for its second attack. An 8 misses! Oh my god! Huge! As its seeming aversion to fire is making it hesitant and can't fight its primal instincts to stay away.
And at the end of the turn, it takes max 20 fire damage.
As it begins to burn and singe. Honiel's Dionicus is on 0. Gara, it is your turn.
2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. First swing against this guy.
Go for it.
That's normal for this.
You know what? I think this Needle Blight has not had its initiative, so I'm going to just roll that now.
Not that one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually
He's
done
been chilling.
Yeah.
He's been chilling.
So
Down there.
that definitely hits, and it takes an extra 3 damage, so that is 22 points of damage.
And then the second swing, 20. Hope that hits.
That is a hit for another extra 3, so that's 23 points of damage.
That'll be my turn.
Next up, Neves Dionicus, which has a move of 40 feet, will stop dodging and will come out of its hidey hole.
Attacking.
And can get in range.
Yes.
As it lunges towards the Needle Blight and will take all 3 attacks. As it goes for the bite attack.
Come on. Yeah.
It misses as the needle turns around and raises its arm to bash his face away, but the 2 little rending claws come sweeping in and misses. But critically hits! As it pounces on its head.
Oh wait, yes.
And pounces on its head and starts to tear it apart piece by piece.
Panicked then. I thought that was the other way around for some reason in my brain.
No. It did good. Ivy continues to take the dodge action. Solid Snake, hearing its other master's commands, goes in for this Needle Blight. As it goes in with the bite, which hits as it jumps, pounces, leaps through the air, knocks it prone, and rips its head off with its teeth.
Oh, good boy.
As Solid Snake then lets forth a furious battle shriek and looks for another target. It continues this way.
Your Solid Snake's got 2 kills.
He does. This one dodges. This one dodges. Norman, it's your turn. Solid Snake MVP.
He's such a good boy.
You're gonna whip a boy.
Whip. The whip hits for 20 points of damage. A big hit, as this one is looking very dicey. It is losing a lot of its strength. An 18 hits for 11, but it still clings on. You can see its tattered and frayed neck, like a tree that's had most of its bark stripped from it, leaving soft, vital innards on the inside. 22 hits. As the final crack of the whip penetrates deep and slices it down, it is dead. Okay, next up is the injured Horneal.
Still poison, or was it until the end of my last
It was
turn?
till the end of your last turn.
Oh, good. I firebolt this thing before, like, it comes and kills me.
Yeah,
But
go for it. That's a hit.
die. And then I cast a Quicken Beacon of Hope and wait until next turn to heal me and my mount.
Okay, Jaden, it is your turn. There seems to be only one monster remaining.
I will full on attack this one. Yeah.
A hit
Oh, shit.
for 8 damage. A 15 does hit as well. For 9 damage.
I'm gonna spend key points of Flurry of Blows.
Go for it. That's a hit.
I'll take his reaction.
It has no reaction.
Yeah, sorry.
And
Oh, no.
unfortunately, a miss, as you are going so fast that you do not notice it slowly begin to back away in fear, as your expert skill has made you overconfident.
That's my turn.
Neve, your turn.
Yes. Sorry, I'm pretty biscuit. But
Steve, this is no time for a biscuit break.
Fire.
always a time if I raise my hands to the sky. And meow.
The lightning bolt strikes down from the sky as it tries to dodge away. But it is not quick enough. How do you want to do this, Neve?
So as like everyone's like it's starting to surround it and whatnot, and there's just like this weird static then starts to like lift like Norman's hair as suddenly it's gone and cool imagery ensues of like the lightning scoring its way through its body, setting it on fire.
As there is a seeming flash, and all you can see is the silhouette of this vine flower bursting from the ground, and then it slumps down, defeated and lifeless. But you have finished your day's worth of travel. You have finished the combat. You're set up tents for the night, and I think that's a good place to leave this session for this week.
Cool.
Jaden is gonna go to Solid Snake. He's gonna make a big fuss out of it. Are you a good Solid Snake, aren't you?
It screeches in an agitated manner
Healing my
as
mount and people.
green blood drips from its mouth, as it is still lost in a blood frenzy. It wants to kill.
I know.
You have unleashed the monster upon the jungle. But we will end the session. Good
Norman,
job,
you need to
guys.
control your Solid Snake.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Bye, everyone.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Honey wants to like make